Hey, and welcome to this 2,000 point live stream battle report where we see the Ultramarines of the almighty Space Marines play versus the Chaos Space Marines.
You've done it, haven't you? I was so happy playing my 2 wound Grey Knights, finally, after so long of playing 1 wound, and you've just phoned me straight back.
You're back on it, mate.
I have a feeling you may not like me.
And that could be true. But anyway, welcome to Vanguard Tactics. I'm Stephen, and this is my partner in crime, Jake.
I'm the Robin to his Batman.
Something like that, anyway.
Yeah, or the Mini-Me to his Dr. Evil.
Austin Powers, what a great movie. Anyway, little blast in the past there. We've also got Michael in the deck. Now, we've got no commentator cam tonight, unfortunately, but we're still going to bring you that top-level production that we aim to do. Michael, how are you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic, thanks. Really looking forward to this ancient rivalry.
Now, you and I played last week, the Eldar versus the Death Watch. That was an epic game, but I really felt like it was that stream that really went on to help you do what at the weekend?
Win a GT.
Boom. With the Death Watch.
With the Death Watch.
With that exact list?
Not quite. Made a few changes based upon what we discussed at the end, but mostly the same stuff, yeah.
And you were just lucky that you didn't encounter Eric the Exarch, because you know he is the scorpion in your side. Also on the deck we have Robbie. Robbie Cam is no longer on a camera, he's actually on the deck and he's going to be helping commentate tonight. So how are you doing, Robbie?
I'm doing very well. Excited to see what whole tonight's stream goes.
Yeah.
You can put your thumb down, Robbie, it's okay.
Yeah. We won't be able to see the most famous thumb, but we do have Daisy Cam. How are you doing, Daisy? And there we have it. Was largest, but now
in focus.
The most in focus thumb we've ever seen. Now we've actually had a huge upgrade in terms of all the camera quality. I had a massive consultancy today with a fantastic team which have really helped bring all this extra camera gear to life. So hopefully you guys are enjoying the quality of tonight's stream from picture quality. We had a few people comment about motion blur. Hopefully there's not as much blur in the past. You'll always get a little bit, but hopefully not much. And as you can see, we've brought out the classic VT table that we made. Now, this table has been brought to you by, obviously, the Factorum and myself, and a massive thank you to Foreground for helping us achieve this. We're going to be using GW terrain tonight, mix it up a little bit. We normally use, obviously, the foreground terrain, but we thought we'd show off some of our GW terrain today. But yeah, again, massive thank you to all of our sponsors. Siege Studios, very close to finishing our commission for this, the Farsight Enclave army, which we'll have to do a full army reveal, won't we?
Oh, yes, easily. That would be amazing.
So thank you huge amount to Siege. I've been seeing the work in progress pics and they are phenomenal. We've then also got JW Gaming, who help us with our mats. Obviously, this is not a mat, this is made of foam and other materials. But then also we've got obviously Foreground and Entoyment. So if you're looking for a place to get your models from, check out Entoyment. Obviously they have that live stock check, which is awesome. So you know exactly what's in stock when you're getting your miniatures at that discounted price. Now anyway, that is those. Are the chat happy, Michael?
The chat are very happy. Someone did ask about a mic issue, but I don't see any.
We all good? You're hearing us loud and clear?
I'm hearing you loud and clear.
Okay.
You're hearing me? Ooh.
If any of us are quiet, I can always help you turn it up if needed. But
absolutely. There's loads of support here for Jake. May not surprise you. Get it, Jake. Take down Big Bad Box. Let's go, Jake.
Let's hope he means on the table, because it's not happening in real life.
And we already have a super chat.
We do have a super chat.
Have a super chat.
I'll explain what super chats mean. Now, super chats are a great way to help us improve this quality stream. We pretty much reinvest absolutely everything, even to consultancies with companies to help bring you guys better quality. Because I saw one person comment last week saying, hey, I didn't like the motion blur. I was like, right, how do I fix it? Let's get the professionals in. We had a Skype call this morning. So look, your super chats really help. They really do help us progress, get the vision out there that I've got in my head of how cool I want this setup to be. Now, if you do a super chat, and if it's over £5, then the guys will stop the stream in the movement phase and they'll ask or speak out or comment whatever your question or comment might be, okay? If it's lower than the £5, obviously it's really appreciated and it will go into our donation fund, basically, for the stream. Now, if you would like to become a member If you'd like to become a member, then you can become a member of the channel. And when we hit 500, and Michael, if you could hit the member goal button on the stream deck,
Cool.
it's a little button which says member goal.
Here we go.
How many
I think we're at
members?
122 at the moment.
Yeah, 122.
Now, when we hit 500, we're going to start bringing you premium battle reports that are only for members. Now, when you become a member on any level, again, that monthly subscription helps us keep growing this channel. And we will now open up a Discord community for you as well, where we can chat about the lists. I'll then pose questions to people after as well. Myself and Jake will be available in the community for Discord tomorrow, answering any of your questions about tonight's game. You also get your questions answered on the podcast or any of the guests that we also get on. So I know, Michael, you had quite a lot of questions last week, didn't you, about your Death Watch?
Yep, had a load.
And Michael did a great job at answering all of those. So yeah, the community is a great place to be. Now, Super Chats we'll cover in the movement phase. Obviously, when me and Jake are doing that, we'll go to the top down. So Michael, if you go to the top down now, we can give you a bit of an overview of what's going on.
There we go.
Okay, so we've both deployed. I'm on the Ultras over here, and Jake is on the other side. Now, we're using this GW terrain today. Now, just for the simplicity of this, and also because we are both playing at the LGT at the weekend, where all of the ruins are basically blocked off, we're just going to say today, we're going to go 8th edition style.
Oh, we're throwing it all the way back, not just the list.
Bottom level blocks line of sight.
Okay.
Happy with that?
Oh, always. I'm just happy to be here.
Simple, clean, effective. So ruins, bottom level blocks. Everything is above 5 inches, so everything will also give obscuring. We've got some terrain, some trees over here for a bit of dense, a bit more dense over here, a bit of dense over here.
And as you can see, we've got some lovely foliage as well.
Now the foliage and pipes are just there for aesthetics. Okay. We've got the river, again, that's just going to be for aesthetics only, okay? And that's pretty much that. We're going to be playing Search and Destroy tonight. Ooh. Okay, now you get 5 points if you hold 1 objective by the green tokens. We couldn't use our normal battle mats because they don't quite fit on this table because they'd be in the river. So we're using these bright green ones to show you where they are. So 6 objectives. We've got 1 here, 1 here. We've then got 1 here and 1 here that are just basically underneath the roof of these. And then we've got some in the corner on the other side as well. 6 objectives, you'll get 5 points if you hold 1 objective. You'll get a further 5 points if you happen to hold 2. If you hold more than me in your command phase, then you'll get another 5 points. Capped at 15 per round. Capped at 45 per battle. Ooh. Okay, 45 points that is. And then we'll both pick 3 secondaries, each capped at 15 points apiece. And then you'll get 10 for painted, I'll get 10 for painted, giving us a total of up to 100 points in this battle. Ooh. The scores will be on the side, also showing you how many command points we're starting with. But should we go over the armies?
Well, we might as well.
Okay.
So who are we going to start with first? Which throwback are we going to start with first, I think is fair to say.
Who is it, Michael?
Who do you want to go first?
We'll go for the Ultramarines first.
The Ultramarine list.
Well, here we go. Let's go. Cast your minds back to 2019, folks.
2019.
It was a weird time.
This is a throwback list that I wanted to see if it still had play. Mm-hmm. This was a list back that we were using at the SoCal Open.
Ooh.
And I had triple repulsors.
Oh.
I had loads of aggressors, Calgar, and a Thunderfire cannon. That was pretty much the list.
And you played Richard Kelton.
I did, on stream.
On stream, so...
Legend that he is. So look, in this list, I'll go through it slightly. This is a double patrol detachment. Okay, couldn't quite fit it in a battalion, but what I've got is, I've got a chaplain on bike. Mm-hmm. He's got 2 warlord traits, well greedy. He's got some sort of ability that gives him, he's got a relic, the Benedict of Fury, on a 6 to wound or do a mortal wound. Mm-hmm. So I've copied that up with, or coupled that up with, I think I'm like Champion of Humanity warlord trait, gives me an extra attack on the charge, reroll charges, which is pretty nice, and also an extra strength. So then, that's his warlord trait. I've given him an extra warlord trait, Paragon of War. When he does a 6 to wound, he does another mortal wound. So every 6 to wound, mate, is 2 mortal wounds.
Well, that's too many mortal wounds, some would say.
So we got a bit of a captain to lay down the hammer on his cool flying bike. We've then got a tech marine, okay? Mm-hmm. He's got the warlord trait Rights of War and the relic Seal of Oath, which means I can... Rights of War is a warlord trait, which means core units within 6 gain the objective secured keyword. So that'll work on my aggressors and suppressors, Okay,
Nice.
and objective secured means if we both have a model on there and we don't have objective secured, or one person does but the other person does, then doesn't and does, the person that does have objective secured will secure the objective. All right?
Nice.
Then what have I got? Right, so in the troops, obviously these are split into 2 different detachments, but I'm going to go through them. 1 unit of 9 intercessors with the regular bolt guns, because obviously rapid fire, Ultramarines, you know, that's how we roll. And then we've also got the other unit, which is 5 infiltrators. Okay, and they're already pre-game moved or deployed up the table because they can infiltrate. Then we've got, for elites, we've got 2 units of 3 aggressors with the Bolt Storm gauntlets. Okay. For the fast attack, 2 units of suppressors. And then for the heavy support, I've got 2 executioners and then 1 regular repulsor.
I think Valrak would be really happy.
Oh, if Valrak sees this, he's going to be well chuffed.
He's going to be like, they're good again.
I know. So I got a bit jealous watching Valrak push around those repulsors. I thought, I got some of them. I want some of that repulsor action. And then that's my list, basically. Any comments in the chat?
So we've got someone cheering on the tanks. Don't see tanks a lot, so it'll be exciting to see how they do in this one. We've got someone saying saving the best for last, I see. Very exciting to see this matchup. And Paragon of War, someone's shouting out there. Looking forward to all of those mortal wounds.
It's going to be really funny.
It's tidy. Oh, and then for the litanies, obviously I've got reroll hits on the chaplain.
Yeah.
And then I've also got some sort of like focus fire. So against the closest unit, +1 to wound.
In shooting?
Yeah, in shooting, yeah. And then in the transports, I've got 2 units of 3 aggressors in each of the transports of the regular repulsors.
Yeah.
And then in the executioners, then in the big one, because you can put 10 models in there, I've got the 9 intercessors and the 1 tech marine. I did upgrade the tech marine as well, so he can just put D3 wounds back on it.
Flat 3, you mean?
Flat 3, yeah, sorry.
That's
Flat
right.
3 instead of D3.
So he's a master of the forge.
He's a master of that forge, yeah.
What a hero.
Such a forge master.
What an absolute forge legend.
Yeah, and it's kind of cool. All fits in my all my tanks, which is pretty nice.
It also quite nicely fits on our small BT trays.
Yeah.
So, is that it?
I just realised the tech marine gives me a +1 to hit as well, doesn't he?
He does, yeah. in your
Pick a
command
model.
phase, yeah.
Pick a vehicle, isn't
Probably
it?
should have put him on the table, but anyway, we're all good. Right, so Jakey, over to you on your list.
All right, well, cast your minds back, guys, to about 2017 with this. So I've got a single battalion today of Emperor's Children, again, a fan favourite for me for the Chaos Space Marines at the moment. So I've got, in the HQs, I've got a Demon Prince. He is the Warlord with the basically, I'm not going to try and say that. Basically, every time he takes a wound, he gets an extra attack to a maximum of 3.
He's
Stimulated by pain.
By pain, yeah.
And that is how you work that in to messing up. And he's also got a spell, he's got Diabolic Strength, so he can give himself +2 strength, +2 attacks. And then combined with this Warlord trait means he's quite hitty. And he's got one of my relics, which is the Elixir, so he also has +1 strength and attack. Basically, this guy has a lot of attacks.
Okay,
and he's
very
quite
nice.
hitty. Then I've got a Dark Apostle. I've paid 1 command point, so he can have another relic of mine, and that is going to be the raiment of something. It's an Emperor's Children one. Basically, instead of doing a litany, he can just pop it, and everybody gets reroll wounds within 6 inches of him.
Strong.
It's really, really good. It's an Emperor's Children specific item. His litany, or whatever it's called, is called Warp-Sighted Plea, where basically I can pick any Chaos unit within 6 of him, and on a 2+ if they're near the little people, they get +1 to hit for shooting. So that's really nice. Then in the final HQ slot, I have a Sorcerer. He has just got Warp Time and Death Hex as his powers.
Okay.
Then onto the troops, I've got 2 units of 5 Chaos Space Marines represented by the Sword Marines. I've got 2 Noise Marine units. Each have 2 Blast Masters and a Doom Siren. Again, really nice there. Then onto the elites, my favourite detachment in this army. I've got 2 standard Hellbrutes. They're being represented by the 2 Contemptor Dreadnoughts today.
Yep.
They just have multi-melters and combi bolter, nothing else.
Yeah.
Then I've got the Leviathan Dreadnought, a personal favourite of mine.
The big swinger.
We love this guy, especially in Chaos, because you don't have to worry about core. He's got 2 Storm Cannons and the twin Volkites in him. No special missile top hat.
I like the way you pointed to your breasts when you said that.
But that's why he has it on his.
Okay.
I like to think I am this Leviathan Dreadnought here, because it's the only way I feel tall. And then we've got 3 units of Terminators. They just all have a single Lightning Claw Combi Bolter. And then in the heavy support, I believe it is, we have a Whirlwind Scorpius, a relic Whirlwind Scorpius.
So you're spending one extra relic?
So I've spent 1 extra relic, and I've taken 2 relic units from Forge World, starting me on 9 command points.
Very nice.
And that's it.
Okay, it's going to be a fun game, I think.
Yeah, no,
Now,
I'm really looking forward to
We
it.
thought we'd have a pretty chill game, didn't we?
Yeah,
so
we've
these
got-
aren't the most competitive, ultra-competitive lists. But as you see, last week I took a bit of a off-the-cuff Eldar list, and it can still do work. So as per usual, we'll go over our tactics, why we're doing what we're doing. And at Vanguard Tactics, what we try to do is encourage and give people the confidence to really enjoy their armies. Okay, so if you like a tank build, there will be plays, you can still get the most out of them. And again, that's exactly what the Academy is for, to really give people that confidence and that clarity to know how to improve, all right? It's not just about running the meta copy and paste lists. We like to be a bit different.
Yeah, I think obviously, like you said, we're having a bit of a chill one. We have a pretty intense weekend ahead of us. So I think this was just more of a nice one for you guys. This is a matchup that you haven't actually seen before on the channel. You get to use the Ultramarines again after giving them to me for ages. And I get to use one of the personal favourite armies of mine here at VT, the Emperor's Children. So
And they look good.
they do look good. Their airbrushing is looking slick.
Thank you, mate. So secondaries, I've gone for to the last, which are my 3 big tanks.
Shock and horror.
Yeah, shock. You do have quite a lot of big guns, though, is the problem.
Mm.
So if you do get a bit of a beeline on them, could be an issue. Then I've also gone for Stranglehold, which is just hold more objectives than you. Hold half and hold more. It was either that or engage, but I was like, just go Strangle. And then also the final one that we've got is Rod. Retrieve Octeris data, which basically means I need to do an action in each of the quarters of the table, and if I do that action, I then achieve my objective. I do that 4 times and I'll get 12 points, but it's accumulative, and the guys on the scoreboard will keep you guys posted with how I get on with that. Jakey, what have you taken for?
So I've gone with a bit of just to try out some secondaries also for the LGT, just as a bit of practice for myself. So I've gone with engage on all fronts, just because I don't really want to try and interact with you as much as possible on those objectives. I've gone with banners. I don't normally go banners, but again, let's try it out now. Let's give it a go. And then finally, I've gone with Warp Ritual. Got to stick to those Grey Knight roots and that psychic action. So if I do, basically, I can do a psychic action within 6 of the centre of the table. If I do it 3 times, I achieve 12 points. Twice, I get 7 points. And if I do it once, I only get 3 points. But still, pretty solid considering Stephen can't actually deny me with anything. So thought it would be a good one.
Like it. Okay.
Excellent stuff. Really looking forward to seeing these 2 armies clash. So, we're going to roll for...
You need some red dice over there,
I
mate.
need some.
Or some dice.
So who's on which dice?
I'm on the blue for ultras.
And I'm on the red for evil.
You ready, Jake?
I'm ready as I'll ever be.
2. 3. So you're going first, mate.
Don't know.
But
Actually, that's fine. I'm alright with that.
I can redeploy. So I'm going to spend a couple of CPs and redeploy my models.
You little dancer.
So I can redeploy 3 units.
Okay.
Which I'm probably going to do now.
Don't brag about it too much.
No, it's quite interesting because Emperor's Children can also redeploy a unit.
They get 1 unit as a redeploy.
Yeah.
It's whether if I want
Do I
to.
actually want to redeploy?
Because
that?
I'm going first though, I'd have to do mine first.
Yes.
So I'm pretty comfortable where I am. Otherwise, I would do it. But if I was going second, definitely.
Yeah.
But because I'm going first, it's an odd one. Oh, he's in the river there.
Yeah, I'm going to put that one over there, I
It's
think.
gonna spread out on those objectives.
I'm just worried about those Leviathans and stuff, you see.
Yeah, so just remember again that the Contemptors don't have las cannons, they have multi-melters, which I know still very strong, but not as long range as it were.
Mm-hmm. Kind of happy with that.
Kind of happy?
I wish I had 1 more unit in the army, but I don't, so I'm just going to have to
Well,
accept
don't
it.
take 3 big tanks then. As simple as that.
I mean, it's a valid point.
Yeah, well.
It's a very, very valid point. I know I could redeploy my infiltrators.
Can you redeploy
What have you got in here? Some Noise Marines?
So I've got 10 Noise Marines, I've got some Chaos Space Marines, and I've got the Relic Whirlwind. So obviously, just remember with my secondary pick with banners,
Yeah.
I won't be able to raise a banner here, I don't think, turn 1, because there's 22 inches here. If
Yeah.
I've deployed on the 10, I won't be able to get the banner up.
So I'll redeploy that one. This one here, I'm just going to move across to there a little bit. Now I'll move my chaplain across as well.
Yeah.
So that big old Leviathan can't get line of sight on me. This one, if you try and shoot this one, be -1 to hit.
That's all right.
That's what I'm risking. Risking it for a biscuit.
We'll give it a
Okay,
go.
and that's me, mate.
Awesome, right. So we'll start my turn 1. So we'll start with a litany from the Dark Apostle. He'll try and put +1 to hit on the Hellbrute that's on the right-hand side of him for you guys. That is off.
It's on a 3.
And then if you guys want to go to the top down and mute us,
excellent.
we can...
Well, I'll mute you two and we'll talk about the movement phase deployment, etc.
Talk about the matchup, yeah.
So, Robbie, we've got a couple of super chats.
We do.
So let's have a look here. So one of the super chats was about Ultramarines. We've got keep it up, guys. Calgar, Gilliman, Tiggy, mandatory, or can my boys survive with only Captain Heavy Bolt Rifle, Lieutenant Storm Shield? So I'm just going to put you off mute there, Steve, and you can give us your thoughts.
Like Calgar, I think he offers a lot for his points. A very durable unit, and also with that full chapter master, it's pretty useful, quite punchy. I don't really rate Rabute Gulliman. You can put Rabute in some weird, like funky lists from Sisters and stuff, where units that don't have the core keyword but have the Imperium keyword, you could still give them some rerolls and extra movements. There's some good, interesting things there. But aside from that, I'm not really a big fan of Rabute. So Tiggy, though, or Chief Librarian Tigerius, he's normally an auto pick for me. I think he offers so much. His ability to reroll all powers, give him -1 to hit, he's fantastic. So if it was me, in a regular list without so many tanks, I'd probably run Calgar or a Chapter Master upgraded Captain of sorts, and then I would obviously go for, Tigerius, and a Phobos Lieutenant would be my go-to, yeah.
Very interesting. Put you on mute. We'll share our thoughts as well after this next super chat. So another super chat here from Gareth Brearley. So that last one was from the Wizard MF. So Gareth Brearley says, best of luck for the game tonight, guys. Be interesting to see how you two Vanguard Academy OGs get on with LGT just around the corner. So as they said earlier, this is more of a chill game ready for this probably very, very tiring weekend coming up. I myself am going to LGT, and whilst I'm really looking forward to it, it's going to be exhausting. So, Ultramarines and Calgar, Gilliman, Tiggy. Robbie, what are your thoughts on some of these sort of super characters, lots of narrative? What are your thoughts on them in game?
Some of them can be very potent. So, like Steve says, Calgar, I've encountered him a few times myself. He is a menace on the battlefield. He can do a lot of damage and can really hit hard. And is almost impossible to remove, like, very early game.
Yeah.
Gilliman, I've not encountered on the battlefield myself, actually. But I've heard hit and misses about him, where some things he's really good at and some things he just lacks compared to Calgar. And Tiggy, he's just a solid librarian. I don't know what other powers he has myself. I've never played him. I've never had to face him, so I've not had the experience myself. However, a powerful psycho can't really go wrong.
No, absolutely. And Tiggy can cast a few powers. He's got full rerolls on all of his psychic tests as well. So he's very, very reliable. And he's not that much more expensive than a regular librarian. So if you do want to go the psychic route, then Tiggy probably is a must-take for the Ultramarines. Gilliman, he's a lot of points, gives you rerolls, and he gives you, of course, the Lieutenant buff. And, of course, as Steve mentioned, there's sort of that cross-Imperium interaction that sort of gets around the core keyword. But Calgar's almost like a cheaper Gilliman, if you think about it. So you really got to think about whether you're ready to invest in Gilliman over Calgar. Okay, so we're seeing a lot of support for the Ultramarines coming out as well. In terms of this matchup, Robbie, both from a game perspective and from a sort of background perspective, which are you a fan of the most?
Ooh, myself, sorry Jake, but I'm more a fan of the tanks. I am
Just going to turn you up a little.
Yeah, I'm totally enthralled by tanks myself. So seeing three repulsors in the battlefield gets me excited. On the other hand, lots of dreads, so it's quite a vehicle-heavy game in that respect. So I have to give it to the Ultramarines for the heavier firepower myself. What about yourself, Michael?
Yeah, it's an interesting one. I mean, I love tanks. I think they add so much to the battlefield. When you look at them, immediately you look at the setup at the moment, top down, and you see those brilliantly blue tanks against those bright purple dreadnoughts. And we've got the thumbs up. Jake looks like he's finished his... Oh, we've got another super chat, have we?
I think we're doing a double check just go up top.
I don't see... Oh, yes, one from a while ago. Andy Downs, Purge the Heretic. Sorry, Jake, but I'm with Steve and the Smurfs this week. Great. Over to you, Jake.
Well, it was quite a quick one, to be honest. So all it was is that I don't want to reveal too much, but I need to try and at least deal with this little menace here, which is the infiltrators. So what I've done, if you want to go to the top down quickly so I can just show the lovely, lovely folks on the stream. So
What's Daisy Cam looking like at the moment there, Robbie?
or equally,
What sort of shot we got on to get
if you go there, we'll start there. Go on, let's... Oh, here we go, right. So all of this didn't really do too much, but I've bannered with the Dark Disciples here, because while within 3 inches of the Dark Apostle, they can't be targeted. So they're a bit more of a safe unit to be able to do that. I've moved the Hellbrute up here, and he's just within 24 for his multi-melter shot into that repulsor. Maybe try and chip off a few wounds. I'm not looking for anything too massive. If you go back to the top down, just so I can show you what I've done on this side, what we've done is we've just had a bit of a jiggle round here. The Chaos Space Marines that are in this building have sort of fanned out in a big sort of line, and they are doing my other banner over here. I've moved the Noise Marines just slightly out of the building. I did run them, I rolled a 1, but I've made sure one of them is within 3 inches so I can still warp time that unit. So my goal is try and get them into this building so they can shoot these pesky old infiltrators, because at the moment I currently can't do anything with them. And then, as I said, if I can kill them off, that'd be great. If not, well, we'll have to maybe hit you in melee. And if honestly, that's it. So, if we're all ready, we go to the psychic phase.
Yep.
So, if you want to get dice cam up, let's see what we're going to do. So we're going to start with warp time.
Yep.
I got it.
Goes off on a 7.
Just about. Not Slanesh's number.
You can make a normal move.
Yeah. So we're just going to move, basically. So staying out of engagement range of you.
Yeah.
And getting the whole unit.
And this was the unit that I've picked for Seal of Oath, because it only works on core units, so it won't affect my tanks. So anything that targets those Noise Marines there, I'll get reroll wounds on.
Yeah.
Might be slightly overkill in this unit, in this army, but I thought, why not?
There's not much else that it can really go up
exactly,
against.
yeah.
And then that's it. Obviously, the other power would be Smite or Death Hex, not really needed right now. And the Demon Prince out of range to anything. Actually, we'll just put Diabolic Strength for himself, just in case. He does fail it, though, so that's all right.
Okay.
Right, shooting phase, pretty simple. The Hellbrute
Yep.
is going to shoot this
Tank.
thing.
Yeah,
the
so
repulsor.
you're shooting at this one here.
Yeah.
You're -1 to hit from this Hellbrute because
this
of the
Hellbrute.
dents.
But I got +1 to hit off of my Litany, so I'll be hitting on 3s. And I rolled 1 hit.
Yep.
Is it worth a CP? No, we'll see what we do on the wound. So 4+ to wound. No, I will CP that just to...
Why 4? Yes.
Yeah.
Strength 8, toughness 8, yeah.
So I'll CP that. So that wounds.
Okay.
So I'll be back down to 9 CP.
Goes straight through.
So that'll be
Oh, have I got a 2+ save these days?
I don't know.
Or is it a 3+ save on these guys?
Hopefully it's not a 2+.
They are toughness 8 with a 3+, so that's going to go straight through.
So that will do 2 damage.
Oh,
It's all right.
it's bold.
It's all right. It's
Pass
something.
me a wound counter, mate.
Oh, yeah. I'll give you both of them
So
because
I've
you're
got 14 wounds left.
That's right. It's some damage in it, guys. So we're now going to go with this unit of Noise Marines here. So because they ran, they'll be -1 to hit with their assault weapons.
Yep.
What I'm going to do, I'm going to put 2 Blast Masters into this repulsor here.
You won't be able to... Oh, yes, because they are...
They are assault.
They are assault?
Yeah, D3 assault. No, they've got 2 profiles. They've got an assault profile and they've got a normal one. What I'll do, actually, we'll forget that. We'll just shoot all of them.
Everything into the infiltrators.
But what we'll do first, actually, we'll do the Whirlwind Scorpius.
Yep.
Because this is more likely to kill them, potentially.
Okay, yeah.
So 3D3. So 5 shots.
Yep, very nice.
Freeze to hit.
Yep.
I rolled 1 hit. Strength 6. It doesn't wound. It's not going too well for this thing so far. We'll go with the Blast Masters next.
Yep.
So 2D3. That's still
Just the 2 hits.
two shots. 1 hit.
Yep.
Strength 8. 1 wound. This is -2.
I'm okay.
Okay. And then
Doing
we'll,
cover.
then we'll do the Doom Siren from the leader.
That's a flamer.
Yep, so one
One hit.
automatic hit that wounds, -1 this is.
I'm okay. Rolled a 3.
Oh yeah, because you're in cover. And
Yeah.
then I have 8 normal chaps. So
Now, I think your normal guns ignore the benefits of cover, right?
yes, these do.
Look at that shot from Daisy Cam.
3, 4, 5,
Beautiful.
6,
Those rich colours. Ugh.
8. I'm pretty sure they're strength 4, aren't they?
Yeah, you can bump them up though for a CP.
Yeah,
And
I
you
bump
can
up the
make them damage too.
And that's just 1 CP, isn't it?
We'll have a little look.
Okay, I will do that.
I'll go
because
get
it's,
the book.
I would have done it on the Blast Master, wouldn't have made too much difference. I'm going to put myself on 7 for now because it's better just to assume the more than less. So now we're going to hit on 4s. Okay, that wasn't terrible, but it wasn't amazing. That's what we'll call average.
Now, that book was...
It's the Warzone.
yes, but it's also in another book as well, isn't it?
I'll just roll a wound while because you guys can vouch for me in the chat. So I've rolled all 6s. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. That didn't wound. And then while we wait for Steve.
How are you feeling at the moment, Jake?
Didn't roll too well, but
No.
we move. It's all right. I was maybe expecting to do a bit more damage on the repulsor, but
Yeah.
it's all right.
Here you go. 1 CP,
Ooh,
plus
thank
1
you.
strength and plus 1 damage.
So it's only 1 CP, so we'll bump myself back up a CP back to 8. And then I rolled it on camera. These guys vouch for me. These are 11 saves, no minus,
Here we go then.
but just 2 damage though. So
3 ups,
3 ups, because this ignores cover. And 2 die.
2 dead.
Nice one. So does achieve the goal at least of holding the objective.
Yep.
But it's all right. Then I think it's fair to say that is it.
That's your turn.
Pretty swift turn there. So I didn't actually manage to get them all over the line for engage, which again was going to fan them back and then run them over. Sadly, didn't get to do that, so I won't get any points engage. I've got 2 points on the old. Or I've got 2 banners up, so which I'll score in my next go, and then I won't get. I haven't done any warp ritual, so
Okay.
pretty stale turn from myself here.
So I gain a CP. I'm up to 6 now, I believe.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Excellent stuff.
Litanies.
Yeah, litanies.
Can
well, he's in a no. No, basically.
That's all right.
No, because he's in a no.
There's no core.
No.
No, fair enough. So we'll mute you and have a chat about Jake's last turn then. Right. Well, Jake didn't do. It was a kind of a lackluster turn. You know, made some rolls against those infiltrators. Didn't quite get rid of them. What are your thoughts if you were Jake right now, Robbie?
Myself, I'd be a little bit worried with a few exposed units there, and the the Dreadnought bouncing off of the repulsor was a bit painful too. That would definitely cause some damage to me, because I know that Dreadnought's, I'm almost certain, is going to die. With
Yeah.
3 tanks lining up on it. But yeah,
It's quite an interesting one, isn't it? Because, you know, tanks are sort of not rated too highly in the meta game at the moment. And you look at a multi-melter versus most tanks, and it's probably wounding on 3s, but of course repulsors are toughness 8. And I think toughness 8 goes a long way to protect vehicles these days, don't you think?
I completely agree. Toughness 8 means it's so much harder for things like melters to go through. And with the 2-up save, they still have save even. So they still have the 6-ups with their 2-ups.
Yeah, it's just that extra bit of survivability. Okay, so in terms of the secondaries, do you think there was anything that Jake could have done in his last turn to sort of make sure he got some points on there?
He could have potentially sacrificed his firepower to do an advance with the unit in the left quarter.
Yeah, just to get to the engage points, you mean, yeah?
Yeah, for the engage points.
Yeah, absolutely. It's interesting. There's not a huge amount of mobility in the Emperor's Children list. Obviously, there's warp time, but Jake sort of needed to get rid of those infiltrators, and that's obviously part of Steve's plan, putting them there in front of him, that he has to deal with them. Units like infiltrators that can, start further up the board, I rate them very highly myself. What are your thoughts on them, Robbie?
Sorry, could you repeat?
So infiltrating units that start further up the board, what are your thoughts?
Some forward deploying, it's quite threatening. 'Cause early game, it means you can, for things like engage or get in the stranglehold, it means you have that advantage on the movement.
Yeah.
So you're able to get there first, hold it, and force your opponent to take you off of it before they can do anything with it.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have some super chats. I've unmuted you two. There is a super chat from a certain person who I've learned since coming here is an epic boss.
Do you know who he's about to say?
Robert Welsh. I
Of
reckon.
course he's going
Or
to say.
Leonard Lidman.
Or
Either
Leonard Lidman.
The one and only Robert Welsh.
Captain Welsh to you.
Captain Welsh. Yeah. So $10. Hey guys, how you doing today? I'm with Team Box as well tonight. Death to them heretics. How could you betray the Imperium, Jake?
It's like I didn't really have a choice, sadly. He's like, I said, nah, I've put on the 1 wound Space Marines again, Robert. You know how it is.
Yep. We have another super chat from Factorum. How much do we need to donate so Daisy Cam has a microphone? Only one in the room we can't hear. Well, we would all love to hear Daisy's thoughts.
Name a number.
Daisy went yet again to a Factorum event and took the Harlequins. So I'm looking forward to hearing some tactical insights from her at some point. We have another super chat. Ian James. I did see the message before he removed it, and it was asking Steve about his LGT list. All the LGT lists have been submitted by now, but I believe he's gone with an Eldari mix.
We off mute.
You are off mute, yes.
I've gone with my sisters.
Oh, he's gone with his sisters.
I went for a very different sisters list. Now, what I'm going to do on the Academy next week is do a full deep dive in how I've prepared for the LGT. I've spent all week looking at maps, deployments, terrain, and basically what I'm going to do is going to next week break down exactly how I've prepared for this tournament. Fingers crossed, I did it correctly. Now, I was toying up lots of different lists. I think my list went in an hour before.
I think an hour's a bit generous there,
yeah,
Steve.
I had a message back. I posted a question to the refs about a certain rule interaction that I wasn't unsure of. So basically, my dilemma was, could I take a Canoness Superior and a Canoness in the same detachment?
A valid question.
Yes.
Very valid question.
So I felt like technically the keywords are different.
Yeah.
But at VT we like to do things, in the spirit. Yeah. So I put that question in. I did get a reply to say I could do it. Yeah. But I actually went ahead and not did that. I went with a safer option. So I've got a Canoness Superior. Ooh. Junith is in the list. So there is no Morvian Val in my sister's list.
I know, this is I'm a bit shocked and also glad.
No Morvian Val.
Wow.
I know. Beautiful model, but I don't actually rate Morvian Val that much. And instead I've gone for Junith. Now it could mean my demise, but it could be the greatest decision I've ever made in my life.
Or equally, she won't have to stand up for the whole game because she's on a flying splint.
She's on a pulpit. Yeah. So yeah, Morvian Val is in the list. Sorry, not in the list, but Junith is. anyway, I'll do a full deep dive next week in terms of the LGT, because if I do trash, then we probably won't talk about it at all. But either way, I think my preparation is solid, and this is the method I would definitely do. I would have loved to run Eldar, so I put up a poll. Nobody wanted me to play Harlequins, apparently. There was a bit of interest for the Craftworld list. However, I've got an apology to you, Michael.
Oh, yeah.
Apparently, I can only use the stratagem once to give my Exarchs the extra Exarch ability. So I apologise.
I can't believe that.
Yeah. So look, we make those mistakes. I mean, I'm not going to lie. Let's be honest.
Eric still would have cleared
Eric
up,
still
let's be
would have
honest.
killed you. But it would have meant I could only put it on one unit rather than all three.
So you're telling me that Edward is a lie?
Edward's alive.
Edward is the Alpharis and Omegon in this situation.
But look, we're going to let that go because, let's be honest, it's an 8th edition book. But so
No, it makes sense.
the Eldar, I just don't think I could have, looking at the terrain layouts, made work. And it's a real shame. It is a real shame. And I'd love to take the Eldar, but there's just too many objectives out in the open that they're just going to get completely blown off.
It's fair to say, though, there's more events this year. You can take the Eldar then if people really want.
Yeah, and the Blood Angels, I think most people wanted me to run. I will be bringing the Blood Angels back, but I need to buy a few more units to make work. So it's going to be a work in progress list. I wasn't happy. I hadn't had any reps in with it, and I thought I would actually be doing my opponents a disservice if I rock up with a list I haven't practiced with. So I'm running a list I have got practice with because I need to be tight on my rules and I need to know absolutely everything to give my opponent and myself a really good game. And that's kind of what my head went with rather than my heart necessarily.
So right, sometimes, and only sometimes, you have to listen to your head.
You do.
But only sometimes.
So anyway, let's get on with this movement phase. Start off with Daisy Cam.
Yeah.
Let's see this.
Okay, so what I've done is I've moved the repulsor forward to get in range of the objective. And then we've advanced the chaplain here to also get within range of the objective.
Is that what we're calling them now?
What?
The noise marines.
No.
I'm joking.
I then moved the infiltrators forward and they've rodded to get me that quarter.
Yeah, so you've got that far quarter over there.
Yeah. I then disembarked I don't even just see him just sort of poking in shot here. The Tech Marine. He just disembarked to get within 3 of this objective right there. I should have actually deployed him there, but anyway, it is what it is. I was toying with getting my intercessors out, but actually felt like, no, keep them in.
Not really needed right now.
And then I brought this repulsor executioner over as well to get his big gun onto the Leviathan Dreadnought.
He can't fully hide, sadly.
Can't fully hide. So he's got, or maybe even the Hellbrute. And then also all the little guns then can go into these Noise Marines and clean up because I need them gone. This one stayed exactly where he was. I'm liking the -1 to hit. And also he's holding this objective for me. The goal is clear these off, hold 3. That means I'll be holding more than you and holding half. Therefore, getting me my stranglehold, and I'm just going to go for that this turn. The aggressors are going to chill in here, seeing what your next move is with those Terminators, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a good move, Cotton.
It's a great move, hopefully. Fingers crossed. So I'm playing a little bit cagey. Jake's playing cagey. I'm also going to play cagey. There's no point exposing myself too early. So we'll start off with this Repulsor Executioner. Everything is going to be going into your boy over there. Your Hellbrute. Now, he gets 2 shots with his big gun. And his big gun is called a Heavy Laser Destroyer. It's range 72, so I'm in range. I'm hitting on 2s. Now I'm in the dent, so I don't worry about it. Now the other thing as well is basically I get +1 to hit when I fire the big gun, but everything else will be hitting on 3s. Are you ready, Jakey, for this?
No.
This is strength 12 -4, D3 +3 damage.
So just slightly strong then is what you're saying, not massively strong.
Here we go then.
Here we go.
2 hits. Strength 12, so looking for 3s.
Luckily, yeah.
2 wounds, -4. What's your...
Oh, he's failed both his armors.
First one, 5 damage.
Okay, so no matter what you roll, that will kill him. But just for insult to injury, does he implode? Because if he does, then no, he doesn't, luckily. He's not that angry.
So 1 Hellbrute down. It's a good start.
I'm just giving you a feeder Hellbrute, you see, mate. This is a bait Hellbrute, tactical Hellbrute there.
Tactical Hellbrute is gone. Next up, we're going to go with this.
Monstrosity.
Well, I actually want to kick off with this one first. And I'm not going to get greedy, and I'm actually going to put everything into that unit there.
Including
I
the
need them
big
gone. Everything. 2 big shots first of all.
Oh no.
Yeah.
This is going to be brutal.
They'll go straight in. There's 2 hits.
Oh no.
It's definitely 2 wounds.
2 dead. Now, noise marines do get to shoot when they die. So
Yeah.
what we'll do is, for the purpose of this, I'll just lay them down for the moment.
Yeah.
And then once you kill the whole unit, we'll take them off.
Oh yeah, because technically you could shoot my
I can shoot your rodding unit.
You could. And they need to be alive at the end of the turn.
The play, because I wanted to kill you ideally in my go, but that didn't happen, so I've got to kill you in your go.
Yeah.
The old bait and switch.
I like it, mate.
Right.
Good, I forgot about that. Okay, right, the rest of the shots. So we won't be here a while. So we've also got on this the heavy onslaught Gatling cannon. Okay, so that's 12 shots. 3,
And it's
6, 9, 12.
So this is going to be brutal.
Yeah. Let's see what other guns he's got. Any other profiles we can just roll all at the same time?
I think he's got a heavy bolter, doesn't he?
No, this is the...
Or am I thinking of a different one?
You're thinking of the different one. This Repulsor Executioner has got the Storm Bolters. Yes, he does have the...
He has a heavy bolter.
Yeah, he's got a heavy bolter in the front, yeah.
So that is 2 damage, but for the purposes of me, it's not going to actually make a bit
No,
any difference.
It's not going to make any difference. And also the minus, it's all -2. And the strength isn't going to make a difference. So I'll just add another 6 shots in as well from
Is
that.
it -2 base?
No, that's with the heavy.
That's including your assault.
Yeah, that's it, yeah. So
Right.
I'm going to do all of these, okay, into that unit. Needing 3s, no rerolls,
I mean, that does help.
and then looking for 3s again.
Yeah. And how many wings is that?
That's that many. Roll those, mate.
I'll just roll these. Right. 5 pluses. Well,
Pretty good. It's a good roll.
3 fail.
3
Steve,
dead.
I think I found the dice I need to use.
It's 3 gone so
So
far.
again, we'll pop them on their face
Yeah.
as they've died.
Now I've got 2 Storm Bolters. Would I have been in range of 12?
You would have,
Yes.
yes. Yeah.
So that's 8 shots from the Storm Bolters.
Why is it so many guns? Why?
That is 2 more saves from those, no minus.
So 3 plus. I fail another one. So,
And then we've got the Iron Hell Heavy Stubber.
So just so everyone knows, my intention here is that I'm taking all the Sonic Blasters off first, and then we'll take the Blast Masters off at the end, if there's any left.
This is the Iron Hells, strength 4, nothing from those.
Cool.
Right, that's that.
So that's
those
all his
guys.
guns.
Yeah,
So I lost 6.
yeah.
So all of those 6 will go into this unit here.
Okay.
So 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. Now, because I advanced from the previous turn,
Yeah.
will I still be -1 to hit with my assault weapons?
No, I don't think so.
So 3's to hit,
Mm-hmm.
and I assume obviously the stratagem only lasts for the phase.
It does, yeah.
Yeah, so nothing worrying about that. These are 4s to wound. Not going to bother spending a CP to make them better. Ooh. Then it is that many.
3 ups,
2 these.
1 and a wound.
Ooh. So we take that one.
Yep. Then a wound.
I'll give
Nice.
you old Maverick over here.
Cool.
Right, and then I'll remove those.
Yep. And then my next one's going to put all of his shots into the remaining 3.
Now, it's
4.
fair to say, I think they're probably dead,
Probably,
aren't they?
yeah.
So
Yeah.
what we'll do, for the saving time phase of the game, we will just remove them, but I'll
Yep.
do all my shots. So the Doom Siren from the Sergeant is getting 6 shots.
Oh dear.
Don't know where this was. Freeze. So that is 1 wound at -1.
Just a 1 wound then.
And
But he's
that's-
okay.
Then I've got 2 normal Sonic Blasters.
Mm-hmm.
3 more wounds.
3 more wounds.
So,
Minus.
No minus, so it will be 1 dead and 1 on 1 wound.
Okay. 1
And-
dead and 1 on a wound, yep.
Then, the Hero Master Blasters. Here we go. Okay,
Now, would they have been able to see these guys?
so these are the Master Blasters.
Would
at the
those
back.
guys have been able to see?
What, through here?
Yeah, because the wall's blocked. Remember,
He
isn't
will
it?
be able to see with his base there.
But not. But one of them maybe not.
Yeah, we'll say 1 can't, so we'll take that wound
Okay.
back
Yeah.
for the interest of fairness. and then
You've got 3 hits.
3 hits. So I'm
3
actually
shots.
I'm tempted to CP that because this is quite important.
This is pretty significant, yeah.
So I am going to CP this.
Still-
1 into a 1.
So 3 shots.
Steve Fox special, save freeze. 1 hit. This will be 2 to wound because it's strength 8. So 1 wound. It's minus, I think, I want to say -2, but I don't want to get it wrong. So I just want to quickly check.
Come on. All I need is a big 6 here. Because it's D3 damage.
It is D3. It's -2.
Okay, so I've got a 5 plus save.
You do.
It's a 3.
So on a 3, 4, 5 or 6.
Now, do I CP reroll this one?
Now, equally,
It's pretty significant.
this is also pretty significant.
I think I'm going to CP reroll it.
Go on,
Yeah.
Steve. Let's
I
see
think
it.
I need to. Come on, big 5 here. Big 5. It's still a 3.
Still 3.
I think it was worth it, but there we have it.
You've got to give it a go, don't you?
It's worth it for an easy, nice rod.
And he's dead.
He's dead. He's gone.
So-
Oh, that was unfortunate.
The good
Those
old...
Noise Marines picking up a unit in return. That's exactly what Noise Marines do. That's a good play there, Jake.
It's using my 1 wound to my advantage. If I die quicker, I get to shoot quicker. So.
Yep. Absolutely.
Right.
Nice.
Thank you. Yeah.
Very, very nice. Yeah.
Finally, I've done it,
Probably a
Steve.
mistake on my part there.
Finally, I've done it. I baited you.
It's good.
It's a proud moment.
Mm.
My mum will be telling me all about it.
Yep, she will.
Right. Anything else?
No.
So, at the end of that go, Steve, you're going to get your stranglehold.
Gonna get my stranglehold.
And I believe that is it, isn't it?
Yep. So you're gonna get 10 points on the primary.
I am going to get 10 points on the primary. I'm going to go up a command point,
Yep.
taking me to the old 9. Oh no, sorry, I would have spent 1, so I'm back to 8.
Yep.
And then litanies. I still don't want to pop my reroll wounds yet.
No.
I want to save that. So again, we're going to try and put +1 to hit, but this time we're going to put it on the Leviathan.
Okay.
So does it go off? It does, because he's within range of his little friends. And then I get 2 points also for having 2 banners.
Nice.
And then let's go for it. So
Yep.
if you guys are ready.
Yeah, absolutely. Excellent stuff. Let's mute you guys and have a chat. So, Robbie, we just saw that really interesting play with the Noise Marines when they shoot on death and those infiltrators. What do you think about that situation?
So, yeah, I think that was a sneaky play from Jake there. Would you have expected something like that yourself?
Well, I have seen Noise Marines in the past, and we know they shoot on death, but obviously lots of things to manage here with this Ultramarine list. And it can catch you by surprise if you haven't seen them for a while. Obviously, fight or shoot on death is quite powerful. How do you think that's changed the game and perhaps the mindset for Steve?
So, that denying that rod in that quarter, at the moment, Steve's got a pretty solid chance of getting that rod back on again with the aggressors inside of his in his repulsor. So you can still do it, but it has delayed him a whole turn, and he's going to have to spend that unit doing the action rather than doing the killing. So if this was your position right now, if you were in Steve's position right now, what would be your first thoughts?
Well, I'd probably be, kicking myself that I lost that infiltrator unit. The odds weren't, huge to lose them because they do have a good armor save, and a lot of the Noise Marine weapons are AP 0. But sometimes in a game, that will slip your mind, and it's really important what you do to sort of adapt or deal with that situation. As you said, he's got the intercessors in the repulsor, so maybe it's time to look at something like the stratagem where you can shoot and do an action. That way they're not sort of out there doing nothing while they rod. And yes, it has set back a turn for to do the Octarius data, but we'll see how Steve sort of reacts in his next turn. Speaking of turns, we've got Jake midway through his movement phase. We've got some Terminators turning up. We do have some more super chats. So we got one from Ginger Steve.
Yeah, so Ginger Steve is back, and he has a shout out to everyone who is still painting for the London GT. Not much more for me to go. Got to remember the Percy Pigs for Jake too. Can't wait.
Steve, Ginger Steve, mate. you better come and find me, or equally I'm going to come and find you, and we're going to share Percy Pigs, and we're going to tell all these stories. So, thank you, mate.
We can't get Jake. We can't have you having too much sugar, mate, and E numbers.
Hey, mate, like...
You go hyper or something.
Yeah. Start stressing.
Those Percy Pigs have to come my way instead.
No.
Yeah.
Steve's going to rugby tackle me in the Airbnb.
So if you're at LGT and you see a screaming child run across the middle of the venue, you'll know it's Jake.
If you hear an announcement of, can you please come collect your child, Steve?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. You can.
Right. So another super chat from Brian Simpson for £5.
Yep. So, got a back Jake here. Looks like a list I might even be able to beat though. Hashtag cold and fast.
Interesting. So we're looking at Jake's list, and there's a lot of people in the comments talking about 1 wound Chaos Space Marines, and obviously, some of us CSM fans, myself being one, are not happy about 1 wound on our Space Marines when all the Loyalist ones have 2. What are your thoughts on that, Robbie?
It does seem a bit outdated at this point, and it does seem like they do need the extra woundage, especially when it comes to being able to push and be as aggressive as the other Space Marines. But it has its plus sides, like Jake being able to delete his own unit and blast something off the table and score him, help deny his opponent some points. But that won't happen very often, I don't think. So, yeah, I think they do need the 2 wounds sooner rather than later, especially with the new codexes.
They are cheaper as well, you've got to remember. So there are some advantages to having that 1 wound. Sadly, Noise Marines only die once, so yeah.
It's a bit of
that's a shame. We got the thumbs up. We'll go over to Jake now and see what he's done.
Well.
First of all, thanks for all the super chats, by the way. Really appreciate it. And if you are going to the LGT, come and find us.
Please.
Okay, come and say hello. Jake's going to be signing autographs all week. So
I've been practicing all week. You see it ready?
He's a specialist at signing codexes.
Or Percy Pig packets.
Mm.
So we'll go through my turn. If you want to go to the old top down here. So
are we going to start with Daisy Cam?
Well, actually, let's do with Daisy Cam.
It's always a great place to start.
I denied her the satisfaction of doing all the action over here. Let's go. So what we've done is we haven't really moved here. I'm in a pretty good position over there. However, you may notice some cheeky little Terminators here. So they've come in and they can get a 9-inch charge on that Tech Marine to try and claim me that objective. Also, equally, if I make a I don't want to make a multi-charge, but obviously it means then I can pile into the repulsor, meaning I sort of soak up its shots for the next go. I spent 1 CP during my turn, my movement phase as well, to swap one of the powers on the Sorcerer. So I swapped his Smite power out, and I've taken Prescience. So what that means is that I can put it on the Whirlwind Scorpius, and then it's going to at least hit on 2s, which is going to help slightly.
Would you not have been better off swapping out Death Hex? Because the only thing with the invuln save I've got is my chaplain.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh no, I did ask you, don't I? If you don't mind.
Yeah.
So I'll swap Death Hex for Prescience.
Yep.
Then, if we go over to the top down, so we can have a look and see what I've done on this side of the table. We've brought the old, as we love it, baiting unit of Terminators here. So they've put up a banner on this objective, but they've also gotten me an engage point as well. So again, just slightly over that line, which is handily-dandily marked by the areas here. The other thing it's done as well is just mean that it's given maybe this repulsor something to deal with. The Leviathan's moved out here as well. He is just in range, got line of sight on that repulsor because he's got to start doing damage. That's the goal with him. He is going to, I think he'll be all right for dents-wise because I can pull the line through there. So I'm not going to go through any dents. He's got +1 to hit, so it's up to you.
This part will start to clip this.
Oh, okay.
And then that part will start to clip
What if I go
that.
straight on his head?
Go on.
So just to go through the dense terrain rules, they can be quite confusing, dense terrain. So if you can draw a line from any point on your model to the entirety of a model in the enemy unit. Now in this case, Jake would have to draw a line to the entirety of that repulsor without any of that line going through the dents.
Oh, that's right.
You sadly can't avoid that last one.
That's right. He's got +1 to hit, so he'll be all right, bless him. And then that's it, really. So we'll go to the psychic phase. So we're going to start off strong with the old Prescience onto my Whirlwind Scorpius.
Let's get the dice cam up.
Let's see what we're going to do. That's a 10.
That's off.
Nice one. And then the Demon Prince, again, just in case he needs it, will put Diabolic Strength on himself. And that's off as well.
Very nice.
So much better psychic phase than last turn.
Yep.
So we'll just go straight to shooting. So obviously that unit can't shoot because they're bannering.
Yep.
We'll do the Leviathan. So
Oh
we'll
dear.
start with his Volkite weapons.
Okay.
So these will be -1/+1.
Yep.
So hitting on freeze. So 5 hits. Strength 5. So no wounds.
No wounds.
Trying to fish for some mortal wounds there.
You were,
Steve.
weren't you?
Yeah. And then sad.
And then this is the old Storm Array.
This is my favourite weapon on one of these.
By the way, I think this is a great play, bringing in these Terminators over here. I was hoping you wouldn't do that, and you did it, so well done. Yeah.
I've learned since the last time we met Steve. Right, so freeze. What I mean is I haven't learned anything. Ooh, that was not
Not the best roll I've seen you do.
the best, but let's hope it makes up on the old wound roll. So
Yeah.
4s. Only 3 wounds, -1.
What strength are they?
They're strength 8.
Are they strength?
They're
8?
-1 and 2 damage.
Okay, so 2 go through.
So that would be 4 damage total.
Okay, so he's down to 12.
Good one. So I'm not going to shoot the Tech Marine. I don't want to risk it
Yep.
at all. And then that, and the Whirlwind Scorpius actually, he will just try and put some shots into him as well.
Yeah.
So 3d3, so 4 shots. Hitting on 2s,
Yep.
because of his +1s a hit.
Yep.
All hit. Wounding on 5s, which is 3 wounds. These are -2 and they are 2 damage each.
Okay, 1 goes through.
So just another 2.
Down to 10 wounds.
Nice one. Well, that worked. Now let's hope we can try and kill that Tech Marine.
Okay.
So,
I do believe, sadly, that the Storm Cannonary is strength 7 because it's just autocannons now. But previously, Chaos Leviathans could
I
get
think-
Butcher Cannonaries.
I think
which
they're
were
all
strength 8.
strength 8 now.
I think, yeah, well, let's have a look.
Have a quick look, but I've
Did the Repulsor take any wins from the?
Only 2.
Okay,
Yeah.
well,
I mean, it's a much of a muchness.
yeah.
We'll quickly bring that up on
on the old.
app.
On the
So
old
let's
app.
have a quick look at where we're at here. What we'll do actually, I'll tell you what, is I'll get you guys the book.
Yeah,
Get me the
That would
Forge,
be much
absolutely.
better.
Forge book.
So, Jake, while you're here, talk me through these Terminators and sort of what your expectations are this term from them.
Oh, they hopefully should absolutely ruin that Tech Marine. So obviously, really nice. Emperor's Children have a stratagem, which
Mhm.
means that I can count one of my dice on a charge as a 6, but I still get to roll both dice.
Yeah.
So the minimum I'm going to get on a charge is a 6. So basically, to get into that Tech Marine, all I'm going to need is a 3. As long as I don't declare the repulsor, he can't use his special stratagem to, make it minus to charge.
Yeah.
So the intent here is I'm going to just charge the Tech Marine, hopefully kill him, then pile into the repulsor.
Yeah.
So then thus tagging him, making him... He'll probably kill the Terminators.
Yeah.
At least it's something... Terminators over there were bannering, I needed an engage point. They're the
Yeah.
only unit I could really do it with.
Okay. Well, we'll look into the Leviathan, but we may as well crack on with the rest of the shooting phase. So back over to Jake.
Well, conveniently, that was it. So
Oh.
we'll move into the charge phase. So, Steve, I'm going to spend a command point.
Yep.
Or however many it is. Just the
Well,
one.
what you do here is you roll 2 dice,
Yeah, and then if I roll a 3.
and if you roll a 3, basically you can turn 1 dice into a
Yeah.
6. You might not need to use it.
Oh, okay. So we'll roll it into the Tech Marine. So I fail it.
So you turn the 2 into
So
a 6.
Spend a CP to turn the 2 into the 6, and I make it in on 11. So again, we need to stay outside of an inch of the repulsor. Now, because this model keeps falling off here, so I'll just show you what you're doing. So we're just going to say that he is there, basically,
Yep, no worries.
because of how the terrain is laid out.
Yeah, so their strengths, the Storm Cannon is strength 7, -1, 2 damage.
Oh, that's all right.
8 shots each.
That's right. So do you want to just take a wound back on them? Because I rolled 4, 5, and 6 to wound. So do you want to just take 2 damage back on the
Sounds good.
repulsor?
Because I took 4 damage, didn't I? So yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Right. Now the Terminator's over here.
Cool.
So they are going to...
I'm going to set to defend and touching the old terrain.
You are. Any strats I can use here? Don't think so. No. And obviously I don't want to use the one which is I get to... obviously the more models I kill, because that you're only one model. So these will be 2 attacks each. 3
Yeah.
attacks for hateful assault, 4 attacks for having a lightning claw.
Very nice.
So I should need 20... I'll count these properly because my counting went a bit skew when I played Michael. Picked up like a load of dice just thinking it was 10 and it wasn't 10. So, right, so hitting on freeze.
Yep. No rerolls.
No rerolls, not at least right now. And then a lightning claw. It's not +1. It's not plus.
They didn't roll
strength.
any 6s, so no Death to the False Emperor.
No killing the Emperor.
So I'm toughness 4.
So I don't get any pluses for a lightning claw. +1 and 8. So just 4s to wound, but I'm
Yep.
re-rolling all failed wound rolls because I have a lightning claw. It's no desert claw, but it will do. So that is that many, Steve. At -3.
-2.
-2,
lightning claws.
sorry. And they're 1 damage each, aren't they?
Yeah, so I've got a 2+ save, so I'm looking for 4s.
Oh, that's all right then.
And I've taken 4 wounds,
I imagine it's 5.
and I've got 5.
What,
So I've
so
got
he's
1
on-
wound left.
Which isn't the end of the world, because at least he's in combat.
No, I got 4 attacks.
And I got that objective. So.
And I'm going to go with the axe, and then I get a servo arm, and then I get mecha tendrils. So I get 5 attacks because obviously a shock assault, and I'm hitting on 2s because I was set to defend. So 4 hits, and then wounding on strength 6. So wounding on 3s, that's 4 at -2. And these are 2 damage each.
This isn't good. So 4 up. So I fell 2. So 2 Terminators will die. We'll just take the 2.
He's pretty tanky, this
We'll
guy.
take each one from that side.
He's now got a servo arm. So it's 1 attack from that, hitting on a 2.
A bit hitty, yeah.
He hits. He wounds at -2 again.
I don't love it.
Flat 3 damage.
Flat 3, really?
And then Mecha Tendrils. It made 2 extra attacks with this. There's no AP on this, but that's 2 hits. Strength 5, so that's 2 wounds, no minus.
Oh, wow.
1 damage.
Oh, okay, that's all right then.
He's done a wound.
Oh, God. Well, we'll keep him on that one. There we go. This guy's a bit punchy. Didn't expect that.
He's awesome.
You could have fought on death with him if I killed him and potentially just picked up the unit there and then.
Oh, he's giving you a right slapping, hasn't he?
Now, never say the mechanic does nothing.
Primaris Tech Marine every list going in. That was pretty good.
So, on that note, I am going to need a leadership check.
You're not.
Oh, well, I am because I've lost models. But
Okay.
luckily for me, a Terminator champion is leadership 9.
So you're right.
So there's no way I can fail it.
No.
So that's it. So,
And I've got 1 wound left.
and Steve has 1 wound left. So
Wow.
the end of the go.
I got lucky there.
Yeah.
You got lucky earlier with rolling that big old 3 you needed to kill me. So, and we have it.
We've balanced the karma out.
We've balanced it out. But that was a good turn, I think.
Yeah.
You got good engage. You got
3 points on engage.
Yeah.
And I've put up another banner, which just means that you have to go there to try and take it down. And that's it really. So yeah, so 3 points in engage, no points in that walk ritual yet. I can now, hopefully next go will be the turn I can start moving into the middle trying to do that.
I'm only holding 2 objectives. So because you stole this one off me. My Tech Marine didn't quite kill you. But still a hero.
Yeah, you wouldn't have
That
got to hold
is-
more anyway.
Tech Marine Teddy.
Teddy the Tech Marine.
Now, yeah, I'm getting 10 points.
And you've got Charlie Chaplin on bike. There we go.
Charlie Chaplin
Charlie
and Teddy.
Teddy the
Tech Marine. So in the command phase, what we're going to do is we're going to give this tank here +1 to hit from the Tech Marine, because that's a command ability.
Is it any vehicle or is it core? Because I think he can only give it to dreadnoughts.
It is any vehicle.
Is it any?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. I'm awaking in it.
You're like, knock, knock, who's there? I have spirit.
Right, okay, so that's that. If I stay in combat, you're going to fight first, so don't really want to stay in combat with you. So I'm just going to fall back. Well, I don't have any other command abilities to do.
You've got a command point. Litany?
Nah.
No.
I could just give reroll misses to myself, because I don't think I've got any other litanies to really kick off with.
You might as well have that Paragon ability.
Yeah, definitely should have put Seal of Oath on that thing over there, but it's all good. Do I do the litany for reroll hits, or focus fire and save it and spend the CPs later, you see? Plus
Well,
one wound
equally,
hits.
you just choose not to do any.
Well, I could do that, yeah. Could do that. I'm going to save it, I think, because I might want +1 to wound if I disembark and make that the closest visible unit. Get that +1 to wound on that Leviathan, could be nice.
It's a very good shout. Or
Going to do
equally
that.
some
Going to
suppressors
save it
coming
for
in.
the CP. So I do get a CP, I go up to 6, all right?
Excellent.
Now, do you want to go to top down? And yeah, I'll do some moving and stuff.
Brilliant.
Shake and bake.
So, Robbie, obviously that Tech Marine being a bit of a beast there, how do you think that sort of affects this turn?
That was painful. That was Teddy just munched that Terminator squad, and I don't think they saw it coming. Ran up that bank and got crumped by massive servo arm. I think that Tech Marine got very lucky, but solid hits. And again, about the -1 wounds on the Chaos Space Marines. Those 3 wound Terminators would have been massive just then.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think Jake was unlucky not to trigger any Death to the False Emperor in there and get some extra attacks. But also, some good rolling there from Steve. And that sort of the play there from Jake, moving those Terminators there to just sort of deny the 15 points. Because obviously Steve was stood on 3 objectives and Jake wanted to get him off that. Ideally, Jake would have killed the Tech Marine and then piled into the Repulsor. Now, whilst the Repulsor can sort of fall back and shoot at -1 because it's a Ultramarine unit, that would have made a huge difference. How important do you think it is to make sure that you're pushing to take objectives off your opponent each turn?
It's like what Steve always teaches, which is make people play your game. So Jake just then was making Steve play his game. He was forcing himself into that deployment zone, getting him there engaged and denying the points. So it's making as big as a swing as he can and causing as much as a disturbance to Steve's plan. And unluckily not killing that Tech Marine and getting into that tank to give that -1 to hit was quite big. Because it could have also turned off, I don't know if this does work, you might be able to correct me here, Michael, would he be able to disembark?
What, from piling into the Repulsor?
Yes.
Yes, so wouldn't stop him from disembarking from the Repulsor, but it would mean that the Repulsor would have to fall back and be at -1 to hit stuff, which isn't insignificant. Now, we do have a super chat from Mortem Gaming. Would love to see more Kill Team games with or without the lovely Glass Half Dead. They're once a month, I believe, and I'm really looking forward to the next one myself. Kill Team is a fantastic game to get involved in, especially as a break from Warhammer 40,000, and you only need 1 squad. What are your thoughts on Kill Teams, Robbie?
I haven't had the chance to play it myself, but I do want to give it a go. I do want to get some Necrons on the Kill Team field myself. I want to see how they work.
Yeah, quite interesting.
Real quick, there is no Kill Team this month. That's the only month we won't have Kill Team.
I've just been informed that there will be no Kill Team this month.
Just because of LGT?
Because of LGT, which I think we can all understand. Everybody's going to be very, very busy that weekend and recovering the week after.
Yeah. So, Michael, if you were Steve right now and you managed to get that bounce with Teddy, what would be your first moves? We're seeing Steve do his moves now, but what would you be doing?
Well, that really gives Steve an opportunity because he can leave Teddy. We did see someone in the chat call him Terry at about the same time Steve named him. And I think there might be a falling out if that happened in real life. So Teddy's going to stay by that objective, which allows Steve to now move a different unit away from the objective. So Teddy's going to hold that objective for this turn, and then Steve can kill the Terminators with something else and not worry about leaving a unit over there. So it's just some redundancy in units that really helps the objective game. We're seeing the tanks push up. None of them have really taken a lot of damage yet. And I think Jake's sort of looking at all the different options he has to take down this Toughness 8 armor. If you were Jake, watching all of this stuff coming in from reserves and seeing Steve's moves, what would you be thinking?
Myself, I'm thinking I'm going to lose that quarter. And the top right quarter is also very strong, so I see I'm going to get pushed back imminently. So my goal for the following turn would be to try and delete those infantry squads that are going to come, especially the aggressors. I try and delete them as soon as possible, because without them, he has a lot less OBSEC and tough models. So you can actually start chewing through the tank slowly and gradually, whereas you can probably delete a couple aggressors pretty safely.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's really key. If there are units you can't kill, then remember to pick up the other units in order to play the objective game. We've got bolt rifles wanting to start a flex count. And I think that's a great idea. Feel free. Am I twitching at Teddy, the Tech Marine, reminding me of Eric? Well, unlike Eric, this Tech Marine has 5 wounds, costs nearly 100 points, and is a Space Marine. So I can sort of forgive him for his trespasses against the Chaos Space Marines. Eric, well, safe to say I've got a big old poster of a striking scorpion in my room, and I throw knives at it every morning. We're seeing lots of movement here from Steve in the centre. So he took those intercessors out. He's changed his mind on what he's doing with them. A big stickler in Steve's plan is this Leviathan and how he's going to deal with it. What do you think Steve's best way of dealing with this Leviathan is, Robbie?
Just mass firepower. Just all those tanks have now got line of sight on it with the I can't remember their name. The guys with the autocannons in the bottom right corner.
Suppressors, yeah.
The suppressors. All of that firepower should hopefully pick it up and remove that threat.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we see more coming on the other flank too.
Excellent.
So there's a lot of pushing coming from Steve now. He's definitely forcing Jake into this situation of they're all around. What's my best course of action now?
Yeah, absolutely. And Steve is pushing around the board quite a lot. He's lots of targets, lots of unit saturation, and we're going to hear from the man himself now. So, Steve, what have you done?
Okay, so basically disembark the aggressors over here. We've got a daisy cam. These guys, disembark. Nice cheeky little charge onto these chaps. The repulsors just move forward to get a nice beeline onto that Leviathan. I brought down the suppressors over here, so I'm going to spend the command points needed so that they can action and still shoot. Then what we've got is this repulsor, just wheeled it round so he can shoot this Leviathan Dreadnought and make sure that I'm not getting the -1 to hit. And then brought this one forward as well. This one will suffer the -1 to hit, but got the +1, so it's kind of -1, +1. And then the chaplain's just sat on this objective for heroic intervention. This unit of aggressors also got out over here so that they can shoot and charge these remaining, probably just charge these guys actually, because then they'll get within 3 of the Tech Marine to then prevent him from being shot at, okay? And that's pretty much the turn. So a bit of shooting, a bit of charging, and that'll put 2 units on that objective. So these are all empty now, but I've kept the 9 brick of intercessors still in here. Okay, right, so into the shooting phase we go. I think it cost me 2 CPs to shoot an action.
Yeah.
That's right, yeah.
Is it worth it? What's the toughness of a Leviathan?
I think he's toughness 8.
7.
He's having 7.
Yeah, it went down in the new book.
So I think it's probably worth bringing those, getting the extra shots off from those suppressors. I'll spend the 2 CPs there then. Okay, here we go. Right, so we are going to go with, the unit of suppressors first. They get 3 shots apiece. Okay.
Oh, a bit strong.
Going into, I believe it's 3. Suppressors, literally my favourite unit in the game, or in the Marine book anyway. So 3 shots, yeah.
We're going to get the dice cam up.
Now,
That's right.
because I'm an Ultramarine, I can move and shoot without penalties, so I'm hitting on 3s.
While in the tactical doctrine.
Yeah, but this is only going to be -1 though.
That's right.
So I'm looking for 4s. Just 1 wound. That was pretty terrible.
He's only got a 3 up, 2 up, 3 up. I'm going to
3
roll
up armor
it.
save.
He fails it. So that is 2 damage.
2 damage, yeah.
So he'll
But
be
he
down.
Does -1 damage like all dreads now.
Ooh, so he's
Just a 1 damage then.
down to 13 wounds.
Right.
There we go.
The aggressors are out of range. So we're going to go next with this repulsor executioner into your big boy there. Okay. So he's going to get 2 shots, hitting on 2s. They both hit.
Oh no.
Wounding on 3s. They both wound.
He has a 5 vulnerable save. I know that one. Oh.
Oh dear.
They both go through.
You can't kill me with this because it's D3 plus 3. And
Minus
it's got
1.
Yeah, and it's
So
got
the
13
first one does...
3 damage.
So that will be, yes, 3 damage on that one.
That'll be 5 damage.
5 damage.
So that is 8 damage when we count with Count Dracula. So whoop, he's down to 5
Now,
wounds.
do the heavy bolters next.
It's just giving you the bait unit, mate. It's just you're falling into it.
3 hits from the heavy bolters.
And then
No wounds.
And then the Gatling cannon, or
Yeah, the Gatling cannon next. That's 12 shots.
the Gatler.
6 hits. Slightly below average. Looking for 5s. Only 1 wound.
And this is -1 now because we're not in the Devi doctrine.
Yep.
And he loves it.
He loves it. Okay, I'm not going to worry about all the little guns. If I need to come back to them, I will, but we'll just push on with the other big ones. So the next one, the big cannon.
Oh no. So
2 hits.
are you -1 to hit, or?
I rolled a 5 and a 6.
Oh no, I mean like anyway.
That is 1 wound. Do I CP re-roll the 2? I think it's... How many wounds you got left?
I've got 5 wounds left,
You've
which
got 5
which
wounds
means
left?
that you're going to have to roll a 5 or 6 to kill him if I fail
I've still got the twin las cannons from the other one.
All right.
Now, do I re-roll this one? Need a 3. I'll save my CP, I think. Yeah, go on.
Yeah. So 5+, and he loves it.
Oh, now that was big.
That was big.
That was pretty big, actually. Okay, so next up we're going to go with the heavy bolters. Maybe I should have gone for that re-roll, but anyway.
Michael's put his hand up.
Go on.
Yeah, so here's an interesting thing for any Chaos Space Marine players. If you've got a Forge World vehicle, you can actually spend 1 CP to smoke screen it and make it -1 to hit. Brand new for Chaos Space Marines, but something to bear in mind if you're running a Forge World unit.
They have it on their data sheet. I did know that one. I didn't want to do it, just in case.
1 wound.
-1.
-1.
He loves it.
He loves it.
Ooh.
That was the heavy bolters. Now the Gatler.
He's like, no, don't kill me. Come.
Not a great roll there.
And he's going to start screaming.
And then we're looking at 5s. 2 wounds, -1 again.
So 4+, that is
Cocked.
perfect. Oh,
Goes through.
down to 4 wounds. Bless him. The little tyke. There we go.
Now, I'm actually going to just do this, the storm bolters from both of them. And I'll also do the heavy rail rifles because they're all... basically, it's all going to be -1.
Heavy rail rifle.
The Iron Hail.
Oh,
These are all strength 4 though.
These
okay?
Ultramarines have dipped into some towel technology there.
Yeah, twin Iron Hail.
Are the Iron Hells minus to hit because they're not shooting at a fly, or do they just get +1
Just
to
get
hit?
+1.
Ah,
Hang on a
that
minute.
old chestnut.
Twin Icarus Iron Hail Heavy Stubber. No, I've just got the Iron Hail Heavy Stubber.
The
So that is
standard
4,
one.
yeah, 4 shots. That's correct.
Just a
So
standard.
this is both of them. Both of them shooting all their little guns before I move on to the other last tank. Okay.
So when you say both, do you mean both tanks?
Both tanks.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh.
Now it's all -1 because the heavy's still -1 anyway, and obviously the Stormbolters become -1 because of tactical doctrine.
Yeah.
So I'm looking for 5s. That was a better roll this
Look
time.
how tactical that was. Steve,
Oh no, it was a great
what
roll.
are you doing?
2. Well, that one's cocked technically. 2, 4, 6, 7, mate.
Well, Steve, since we last played, you've been practicing your rolls, I see.
I know, I'm
4
warming them up for
4
LGT.
rounds. But I only fell 1.
Well, you've been warming yours up.
I've got to. Something's got to see me through here, Steve.
Right, so how many wounds left then?
He's got 3 wounds left.
Right, so it's down to the last repulsor.
I've named my Leviathan as well. I've called him Daniel. Daniel Levy, the Leviathan.
Right, this one, -1 +1. Your boy.
Oh,
2 las cannons coming in hot.
Oh no. That is very warm.
2 hits.
Let's see how hot it is though. It's spicy.
2 wounds.
So right, 5+. This is probably where if I fail one of these I may CP it. I failed both of them. Now this is the thing, if I CP it makes it a 50-50 chance that you could fail this.
And I got all the little guns then.
Oh right, well nah, let's not bother. Oh, he's dead. Right. No, Daniel Levy.
So that becomes a 1 damage.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And that becomes a 2 damage.
Which is just enough to kill him.
Just enough.
Right, does he blow?
Don't think it matters.
Right. Good job, Daniel Levy. You did nothing as per usual.
Right. So we'll next go with this unit of
favourite
aggressors. So this unit of aggressors over here, I don't want to put too many shots in because I don't really want to make. I can afford to lose You can afford to lose 2 and my charge is still the same.
Yeah. If I lose any more, so basically you need to do 4 damage.
So I'm going to shoot with basically 1 guy. No, I'll shoot with 2 guys.
The Lone Ranger.
We'll shoot with 2 guys.
And his friend.
They are 6 shots each. Let's have a little look at aggressors. Oh, back in the days they could double shoot and everything.
Yeah,
it's all coming back to me now.
Yeah, luckily we're not using those rules. This isn't the SoCal throwback of using that book as well.
And then we've got the top guns are D6, so they're going to be 2D6 shots each.
Oh no.
An extra 7, 2, 5, 7. So each hand is 3 shots, and there's 2 hands, so that's 6 each. This is only 2 guys firing, okay?
Okay. How you explain that? They have 2 hands, so that means they get 3 shots each.
6 shots, mate.
No, like as in per hand.
I'm with you. Yeah, I'm with you. Fours. There we go, mate. That's your armor saves at -1.
So because
you're a tactical doctor in.
So 3+, and I fell 2. So that means I lose 1.
You lose 1. That's perfect for me.
Well, as always. So what we're going to do is we're going to take that one because I don't like him.
Yep.
Don't like his smile.
Then over here, I'm going to put all their shots into them.
Into these Terminators?
Yeah, I'm going to do it because I remembered that you're a Slanesh guy and you always fight first. So that would be a problem.
Great success.
So I'm going to have to shoot off that objective.
You do.
So an extra 10 shots. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Coming in hot here.
I don't feel they've lost much from not double shooting, you know what I mean? Did they run? They didn't run, did they?
No, they just moved out.
Thank God for that.
I think Steve just wanted to exercise his fingers here, picking up and rolling dice. Ready for LGP.
Oh.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Saves, please, sir.
I'm going to practice my rolling technique, and -1.
1 goes through, so it kills 1 model. Oh, that's all right.
That's power move.
That's kind of worked out okay.
It's like power move.
That's all right. Okay then, so charge phase.
Right.
These aggressors are going to charge onto your Terminators right there.
I'm going to stand there angrily.
They've rolled a 7.
They're going to go, "Urgh." You and your fake Emperor.
Okay, they're going to go there. And then over here, they're going to make a charge on your lone Terminator.
Oh, did you not want to shoot him? Because he can fall back and shoot at -1?
No, that's all right. I'll take the charge.
Oh, it's all right.
Now I've got rid of 1. I'm not too worried about you fighting before me.
Only if you're sure.
And I'm going to put 2 models on that objective.
I'm going to quickly measure something.
Okay.
Right, so that will finish him in engagement range. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to spend 1 command point to use this stratagem here, which is called Incident Disdain.
Right.
Which basically allows a character to heroically intervene 6 inches.
Okay,
so,
sorcerer.
Yeah, and what I'm using this for is so then you can't overwatch me when I charge you with the Demon Prince.
Oh.
So
cheeky.
I'm not just a box.
Cheeky. I like it.
That's why he was there. Not really, I just saw it, but it sounds cooler, doesn't it?
Yeah. All right then, that's how you want to play it. Some dirty tactics. Right, I'm going to go over here first.
Okay.
So, these aggressors get 3 attacks each, and I'm charging, so that's 4 apiece.
Oh no.
So have I got like any sort of anti-chaosy kind of stratagems?
No. Oh,
Come on,
does
Michael.
he?
You can reroll hits against chaos in melee for 1 CP.
Oh.
Heretic Astarte specifically.
Isn't it word bearers?
No, it's Heretic Astarte specifically in the Codex Chaos Space Marines. Codex Space Marines.
Oh, let's go for that then.
Is it?
Let's go for some reroll misses
Oh,
for
no.
1 CP.
Oh, we don't like that.
Oh, a bit of that action.
Oh, no. But you don't get death to the fake Emperor.
You calling your own Emperor fake?
Well, I'm in my narrative mood, Steve. I'm playing the Chaos Space Marines. I am this Demon Prince. So
Now, looking for 2s, because you need toughness. Well, that's them, mate, -3.
for the purposes of this, if the Emperor is watching, everything I'm saying is a lie. 5 up, they're all dead. Unbelievable, Jeff. They're gone. No.
Oh yeah, because they're all flat damage 2 now, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm still 2 wounds.
I've took that banner right down.
You have literally ripped that out of the ground there, Steve.
Yeah.
So I'm going to fight back at you. Because I'm Emperor's Children, I get to fight first, so it's quite handy. So this little man is going to try and kill an aggressor. So freeze to hit. Oh, there we go. So I get 2 chances
Yeah.
for Death of the False Emperor.
Yes.
Which they both hit.
Wow.
Here we go. 4's, are they toughness 4?
5, mate. So
Ooh.
you're looking for 5s.
So 1 wound so far.
2 wounds.
2 wounds at -2.
Love it.
Oh.
Do you want to pick him up?
Yeah. And then
Yeah, you did well though.
I was happy with that.
Yeah, you should have been.
Good old horns there.
And then you get to go with your
My wizard.
yeah.
So he gets 3 attacks. 4 because he made
Yep.
heroic, so freeze. You are the fake emperor.
It's 3 hits with that power axe.
Alright, so 5s, nothing.
Nothing.
But-
Now my attack's back.
The goal has been achieved.
My attack's back though. You might not even survive this, mate.
What, from the repulsor ramming it?
Hit on 6s.
Oh, it's strong.
Nothing.
Oh,
Cool.
We nearly had a Yahtzee.
There we go. There we go. There we go. Right, and that concludes my turn. So I got a rod.
So
Excellent.
that's your first rod.
And which quarter have you got that in?
The one over there, a harder quarter to get.
Excellent.
And then I've also got Stranglehold once again for another 3 points.
Fantastic.
Strong move, Cotton.
And then going into your turn, Jake.
So I'm going to get 10 points because I'm holding 2, and I'm going to get 2 banners. We're going to move me up a command point here, but back up to 6.
Yeah.
I am going to pop my reroll wounds relic now because if I don't pop it now, I'm not really going to get to use it that much.
Pop like it's hot. Yeah, and it
Pop
just goes off. So you don't have to roll for it, do you?
It's roll for it. It's instead of doing a litany, so I
Yeah.
don't really need to do a litany this game. And that's it. So if you want to go to the old top down, and then
Yeah.
me and Steve, and then we can talk about Warhammer.
Right. So we're looking at the scores at the moment, and if we discount the round 3-10 primary that Jake's just got, we're looking at 27 to 26. Obviously, Steve's done a rod, but it's only once he's done a certain number that he starts getting points for it. If you were Jake in this position, having lost some of those key units, what would be your game plan now, Robbie?
The move where he's cancelled off that Overwatch is big because that is a lot of firepower that can come out of those in Overwatch. So getting that Demon Prince in there, bursting that repulsor while you can, getting all of their Marines out ready to be taken by the rest, ideal. As for the other quarters, losing that middle ground was big, and the top left fight just didn't go the way that he hoped he would. At the moment, I'd be thinking about just doing a push. 'Cause at the moment,
Yeah.
I'd be playing Steve's game at the moment, and I need to start getting out there, getting my engage, and keeping the trade.
Yeah, absolutely. And we can see a lot of support for Jake and the CSM in the chat. Everybody loves an underdog, and Chaos Space Marines quite often can be seen as that underdog. Now, that play with Jake to intervene into the repulsor, that was lovely to see on the stream, because that's one of those critical plays that, you know, in a more competitive scenario, say at a tournament, that is the kind of thing that will win you a game, because avoiding that amount of Overwatch, ready for this this strong Demon Prince with his million attacks to go in, is going to be a key player on this left flank for Jake. So Jake's sort of moving his Terminators around here on the right flank, and we've got a bunch of suppressors down. What do you think Jake needs to prioritise this turn?
I try and prioritize getting that strangle off of Steve, denying those points, keeping enough bodies on those objectives to deny the primary. Additionally, at least meet Steve on objectives, at the very least, so that he's not scoring the 15. Just denial at this point, because it's going to be a hard slog trying to get a trade against Steve's tanks, but you can deny the primary.
Yeah, absolutely. And at this stage in the game, Jake's probably looking to pick up points from the primary, pick up points from his secondaries. He needs to start Warp Ritual this turn, ideally. And he needs to start sort of denying Steve points. So if you were in the situation, Robbie, where you had to choose between holding a primary with a unit or denying your opponent a primary with a unit, which of those two options would you go for?
I'd go for deny, because a deny you can do with anything with enough shots and enough attacks, because you just need to take it. Whereas staying, you have to take the brunt of the entire army to stay alive. And with the units he has at the moment at his disposal, that's going to be hard against the repulsors. With that much firepower, it's going to be hard. So I'd go to deny. And with enough of that trading, it should pay off in the end.
Yeah, absolutely. And you got to remember, if you do go to deny an opponent, you should always try and put a unit on there that's going to stay there the next turn, so that you're combining denying an objective with holding one ready for your next turn. So just make sure you make use of any line of sight blocking cover you could use to hide from the rest of the army. So we can see a sort of mismatch of the amount of firepower, perhaps even just the volume of shots here between these two armies. What do you think sort of volume of shots brings to a game? Oh, I've just had the thumbs up. They're ready to have a chat. Let's see what Jake has to say.
Got some words to say. So we'll start over here on Daisy Cam, if you want to go pop over to that. So this is obviously a bit of the old, bit bigger here. So I advanced this unit, I got a roll of 5. So basically I've managed to get one model within range of this objective here. So then takes, because their objective is secured, we'll take their aggressors off of that. Just trying to deny that whole more right now. The CSM guys moved out here. Because I've got reroll wounds and because they've got chain swords, they're all going to get quite a lot of attacks into these suppressors, so potentially take them out, which means the Hellbrute is a bit more free to do what he wants. I've moved the Dark Apostle here, so he has a 6-inch bubble on everybody, and then the Hellbrute is moved out as well, just to body block him. The Hellbrute can see this repulsor with his multi-melter, and then he can fire his combi bolters into that. If we go to the top down, just because you won't be able to see this one, I've deep striked my last unit of Terminators over here, and they're going to make a charge through this ruin onto that repulsor. Because obviously we've said that the bottom layer's locked line of sight, it means that you can't overwatch me. Yeah?
An important note might be, repulsors, I think, have a negative to their charge.
Only for a strat.
Is it a strat?
If I spend a stratagem.
But at the end of the day, because I have my CP thing, I can make one of them a 6. So all I'm going to need is a 5 on 2 dice with a reroll.
Yeah.
So that's all right. So it makes it a bit more probable. I'm used to it with my Grey Knight, so just going back to it with that. Also supporting Steve to use CP. Now this is the bigger one here. So I've got a Demon Prince here, me on the battlefield. Look how handsome he is. So he is within 3 inches of the Sorcerer, so he can warp time him. And the warp time will get him just in range of 6 inches of the table to do Psychic Ritual. And then that means he can then charge back here into the repulsor. And that's it really. That is obviously the turn. Well, not the turn, the movement phase. So we're going to go into some psychic phase now. So we're going to start with that warp time like I mentioned. So that goes off. So that will move the Demon Prince. We've measured it out already to there.
Yep.
Get him within 6 of the centre. So I'll do his other power, the old Psyker. He'll put prescience on the Whirlwind, which doesn't go off, but I'm not going to re-roll it.
Psychic action.
Psychic Ritual goes off, so I'll get 3 points on that. And then he's free now to do what he wants. And then shooting. So we're going to start with the Whirlwind Scorpius. We're going to go into these aggressors over here.
Okay.
So
can I make a suggestion?
Yeah.
What I would do first of all is I would shoot all your simple things, right? Because the Scorpius over there has got so many options.
Yeah.
So I would leave those aggressors alone, personally, for now. And I would see how much damage, because you're pretty comfortably going to kill these in combat.
Yeah.
Bit of combi bolter,
Bit of reroll wound.
reroll wounds.
Yeah.
You'll do enough to kill them from just combat alone.
Yeah.
So pistols go into here.
Yeah.
Combi bolters go into here.
Yeah.
The multi-melters go over to here. But then you've got all this unit here need to put their shots into those aggressors. Anything that you don't kill, the whirlwind then can pick up anything remaining. Yeah.
That's right. Well, with that, we'll do that.
And if these guys do extremely well and smash these guys, then actually means you can put your Scorpius somewhere else.
So we'll go with that. So we'll do 4 pistols and we'll throw a grenade at those suppressors. So the pistols first. So hitting on 3s, 4s to wound, 1 save, no minus.
Reroll wounds.
Oh yeah, it's in everything. 2 wounds, no minus.
1 wound.
1 wound. We'll then throw a grenade, so misses, sadly. And then we'll do the combi bolter from the Hellbrute.
Yep.
He has hit 3 times. He's wounded once with a reroll, twice, sorry.
1 dead.
Cool. And then the multi-melter, obviously, like we said, is going to go into that repulsor.
Yep.
Both hit.
Yep.
4s to wound. Oh, both wound.
Both go through.
So 2d6 damage for 6 damage. I'm not going to re-roll it. So
he's down to.
So he took
10.
2 before, so he's down to 8.
Taken 6 then, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, you're down to 8 then, yeah, because I took 2 before, yeah.
And then the Noise Marine. So we'll do everything into that unit. So we'll do the Doom Siren, so 3 shots, 4s to wound, re-rolling. So these are 2 -1, and this ignores cover.
Ignores cover.
Yes.
Okay, so that's 2 go through then.
Cool. So that will put 1 on 1 wound.
Mm-hmm.
I'll do the Blast Masters.
No, you want to, because one's got a wound left,
I'll
go
do
with
the
single
assault.
shots.
Well, because the Blast Masters, they are heavy, so it will just be the D6 shots on them.
Yeah, okay, in that case, yeah, go for those. Yeah.
So 2d6,
yeah.
so 6 shots.
I forgot you advance, yeah. But normally, if you've got multi-damage, obviously, always start with, there's one with a wound left, go with a single damage, and then save your D3 damage.
I would have spent a command point for the +1
strength
ability.
+1 damage, yeah, because
So
that takes you to wounding on 4s rather than 5s, yeah.
With a reroll, so I'm not going to death the False Emperor because I want to save my CPs.
Yeah.
So it was 2 hits because it's assault, and then 4s re-rolling. So 1 wound -1, and this ignores cover.
Cocked. 1 dead.
Cool, and then 8 of the lovely Noise Marines.
Do you want to do the? Oh, that's the Blastmasters, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. So I've done all the special weapons. Now we're just on to the old chav.
I mean, I'm pretty comfortable at this point, just to pick all them up.
5. Yeah, if you're sure.
Yeah. With the amount of shots you get with re-rolling all wounds, I'm pretty comfortable you're gonna kill those.
Cool. That's all right then. So obviously, like you said, expertly said, we'll go now to the Whirlwind, who will shoot these aggressors.
Yeah.
So 3d3 shots. So that will be 5 shots total. 3s to hit because I didn't get that prescience off. Luckily, all of them hit. And then 3s to wound. So 3 at -2, and they do 2 damage each.
Wow. Failed them all.
So that will kill 1 and put 1 on a wound.
Yep. Kill 1.
Yep.
And put this guy on a wound, yeah?
Yep. And then that's it. So we're going to go to charging. So we'll start with the important charge here.
Yep.
So I'm going to roll 2d6 and see what
So
happens.
how many CPs is it for my Grav Impulse?
I believe it's just 1.
Yeah, I imagine it's 1. It'll be in the space.
All right, let's go for, if it's 1 CP, we will go with that then, yeah.
So basically, I need a 5.
That would put you on 2 CP left, Stephen.
Okay, cool.
So I rolled 1 5, so then I'll use a CP
Yeah.
to bump that to a 6. So I will be in on that basis.
So I'll move these over for you.
Put me down to 4 CP.
Nice.
So gets me an engage, tags that, nice and handy.
Do some damage as well.
The CSM will charge into those suppressors. They rolled a double 1, but they will be in.
Definitely, yeah.
Because they're just within.
It's unfailable.
It's unfailable. And then the Demon Prince. So let's see what he needs. So he's going to need a 5. He's within 5, so he'll need a 4.
Yep. He's in.
He's in. So he's going to sit. He can't be heroically intervened by the chaplain on bite because he can't go through the wall.
Okay, cool.
Cool. So we'll start with that one over there because that's the most important one.
Yep.
So they are getting 1 attack each normally.
And a chainsword.
And a chainsword for 2, and then they'll get an extra 1 because of their hating that assault.
Yep.
And then the
Sergeant
champion's going to get 4 in total.
Yep.
Right. Here we go. So 3s to hit, 6s it generate more. So
Very nice, mate.
So 3 hits. Oh, no, sorry, that one. 3 more. So that many hits.
Strong.
So then 4s to wound here, re-rolling all the wounds. Just 1, which it passes. So 3, 6, 9, 11 at -1, please, on those suppressors.
9, yeah?
Yes, 11 at -1.
I mean, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I've got 1 with a wound left at the moment.
Yeah, and then
he's dead.
Dead, Dave. And then they'll just stay where they are because they don't really need to go anywhere else.
Well, why don't you pile in closer towards the close enemy model,
which would be that,
and put a model within 3 of your chaplain. So then you've got 2 models, 2 units then protecting that Dark Apostle. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, no, that's good. And then we'll just go with, because it doesn't really matter at this point. I'll do the Terminators next because I like them. And so 4 attacks each for these guys. So 4, and then the sergeant will get 5.
Yep.
These will be hitting on 3s. 6s generate more.
Yep.
So you've
Got
and
2
there's a
there,
2,
mate. Yep.
which luckily there's 2 6s, so both hit, they don't generate more.
Yep.
And then these will be 6s to wound, but I'm re-rolling all the wounds.
Very nice.
But obviously the goal was to tag, not to
Mm-hmm.
do that, so easiest thing to do. There's 3 wounds there. So that's all cocked. So that is 7 saves at
Okay.
-2. So I move all these for you.
Got 8 wounds left. Got 3 plus saves, so 4 have gone through.
So he's down to 4 wounds.
Down to 4 wounds.
So which means, is he on the bottom bracket?
I'm going to be on a bracket of 2, yeah.
Yeah, so that's all right. So it means even if he does retreat to shoot, he'll be hitting on 6s ideally.
Mm-hmm.
Right, Demon Prince now. This is the one that has all the stuff. He has actually got a sword. He doesn't have double talons because he is an old Chaos one. So I'm just going to quickly grab his profile up because he doesn't get to fight a lot with me. So he gets 4 attacks normally,
Yep.
+1 for Hateful Assault and +1 for the Elixir.
Okay.
So he will be hitting on 2s and then 2 6s. So that will generate more, which they both miss. Oh, but he rerolls 1s because he's Demon Prince.
Yep.
Yeah. And then he will be strength 7.
Yep.
So he'll be wounding on 5s. So 1 wound,
Yep.
but it's at -2 and
What-
it is flat.
What weapon have you got there, mate?
The sword.
The sword
Yeah.
gives you... Oh, yeah, use it. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So
Just how many wounds?
1 wound at -2 and it does flat 3.
The intoxicating elixir does give you +1 strength as well,
Oh,
but
so
your roll sadly
it still
wasn't good
wouldn't
enough
have done
anyway.
no, so he would have been strength
1?
8.
1
Yeah.
wound?
Just 1. -2 fails it. So that's 3 damage.
Okay, I think I got away lightly there, didn't I?
But I will get a claw. So the claw hits and the claw does wound at -2 and this does 2 damage.
Goes through as well.
So he will now be down to 11 wounds because he took 5 total.
Okay.
And then because I have fight first,
Mm-hmm.
I will get to fight with the sorcerer.
Yep.
So 2s all hit. 1 wound
Nice.
minus an amount.
2.
Fail it.
Yep.
D3 damage, 3 damage.
Oh, spicy, mate.
That's all right then. Cool.
Okay.
So you get to hit me back, Mr. Steve.
I can't bother.
Ah, nice one.
Cool.
So
Hitting on 6s ain't worth it.
no. So at the end of my turn, I'm going to obviously get 3 points for Warp Ritual, and then I'm going to get 2 points on Engage on all fronts.
See, this is where you could do that thing where you
Oh yeah,
consolidate,
we spoke about this.
pile
the
in,
movement
and then
phase.
consolidate, and then get your engage for another point as well.
Yeah. So we'll do that. We spoke about that in the movement phase, but I was going to do it then, but then there was no point. So yeah, so actually I'm going to get Engage for 3 points there.
Excellent.
So you should put me on a total of 5 on Engage, 3 on Warp Ritual, and 4 on the old banners.
Yeah, very nice.
So right, Steve, your turn 3.
Okay, so I'm holding 1 objective, 2 objectives, so 10 points for me.
Cool.
Can I have the take measure, please? Thank you.
The
So I'm
weapon
getting
of choice.
10 points there. I need to get a rod. Got 1 unit of suppressors left. Got the intercessors to come out and do something. This guy's pretty badly wounded. He's on his final bracket here, so I need old Tech Marine Teddy to come over and give him some wounds back.
I like Terry the Tech Marine because it reminds me of Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Terry,
I'm only
love
moving
jogging.
3 inches.
Which, fun fact, I was forced to watch all seasons of Brooklyn Nine-Nine after, Steve. Do you want to go mute us? And
Yeah,
have a
that
chat
sounds
with
good.
the old people. My
So, Michael, what do you think of Jake's turnaround just then?
Well, it was quite an interesting one. You look at the board from the top down and you still see the repulsors there, but they're quite badly damaged. And not only that, but Jake has made a play for that objective in the top right, and Steve has sort of run out of assets in that flank. So really interesting to see what Steve's going to do next.
Yes, because he has that Demon Prince in his face, which I'm sure he's going to put a few shots into. But yeah, the tanks are wounded, and that top right corner is almost lost. All of his key obsec is now in that bottom left corner.
Yes, it's quite interesting, this. We mustn't forget, of course, that the Super Smash Chaplain is probably about to get engaged. Lots of, in the chat here, lots of support for not Jake, not Steve, but Daisy Cam. I think actually Daisy Cam is more popular than both Steve and Jake. So perhaps we should just have Daisy Cam in future. A special Friday night stream, just Daisy Cam. And I mean, these shots are absolutely fantastic. These angles are great. And we're receiving a lot of compliments for them.
I want a full like 24-hour live stream, just the camera, and then Daisy comes in, and then just like out, comes in, out, like for 24 hours, just this camera. But no, she's doing a superb job. So doing the work of two right now.
Yeah, great stuff.
She is working very hard, moving back and forth, getting the best shots for you guys. She's doing a really good job.
Learned from the best, didn't she, Robin?
What, Steve?
Right, so lots of blue turning up on that left flank. Quite interesting here. Steve looks like he's trying to take the other side of the table. Now, often in a situation where you lose a lot of bodies on one flank, it can be a good idea to switch to the other flank. And that is something that, a lot of players will pick up on and go for. Robbie, if you were Steve here, and let's say, this is all of your movement, what kind of target priority have you got this turn? Which units of Jakes do you need to get rid of?
So, for me, I'd get rid of the things that can hurt me the most. So I'd get rid of that Hellbrute. I'd get rid of that Demon Prince with the Smash Captain. Get that good old duel going on. And the way he switched to the other flank is he's compensated for the loss in the top right. He's just compensated for it by taking the bottom left instead. Just flipped it straight over, tangle up that Scorpius, get rid of that indirect firing, and if you can, pick up that Psyker. Because if you can get rid of that Psyker, that removes a lot of points for Jake there.
Okay, great. Still looking very pensive over there on the Ultramarines side. We can see the intercessors have gotten out. Interesting to see where we end up doing Rod. Perhaps Steve is going to try and make sure he gets one off in this top right corner. Also, very, very excited to see the chaplain go into probably the Demon Prince. Now, I think that Steve would be a bad sport if he just shot the Demon Prince to death. Let me know who your money's on, the Smash Chaplain or the Slanesh Demon Prince. Fulgrim. We have a super chat to buy the studio 2 tape measures. Well, there is more than one tape measure, but Steve and Jake sort of, when they're not on stream, they do hold hands, and this is sort of their way of holding hands without sort of you guys seeing that. So sharing a tape measure is quite an intimate thing, and we all know that the studio here is quite closely knit.
But yes, that was from Helldorsey Geo for $8.99.
$8.99.
Mm.
Tape measure. Oh,
For 2.
okay. Oh, amazing. Buzzing.
Right. These suppressors, what are we doing with these suppressors?
They're just going to come in Rod. I'm done now.
Excellent. So they're coming into Rod.
Yeah, this unit's coming in just a Rod for now.
Hitting them with the Derek Roddy.
So we do need to roll with the litany for the old
Oh.
chaplain. Reroll misses.
Yeah.
Fails, obviously. Of course he does.
They didn't hear him.
the one time he needed to do something useful
That
with
happened
his
in
life.
our game, didn't it, Michael?
I did in fact fail both litanies on a 2+.
I'm
And
off.
Steve has just left for the room, folks. So if you want to go to camera 1 just quickly, yeah, I'm just here with me.
So if you're ever in a position, guys, where you're playing maybe a less strong list like Chaos Space Marines, feel free to leave the room, showing your confidence in that game.
Well, the super chat appeared and we got another tape measure.
And if we combine them, we make a super tape measure. So.
Right. Okay, well that was pretty brutal. Okay, so basically what I've done, I'll talk you through it. Don't get a daisy cam. These guys got out, they can do some shooting and then some charging. So I've actually stole that objective off you now. Because I've got more bodies on there.
Oh,
Yep. This unit
cheeky.
fell back, so they got range on these guys. But also, I am bracketed, but I can still obviously shoot and fall back because I'm an Ultramarine legend. This unit rodded. Aggressors have moved forward to get a charge onto this guy right here. This
the wizard.
That's it. Wendy the wizard. And then this executioner's moved forward, and I can see this guy here. So I can see the back of him, this Terminator. So I'm going to be shooting that at them. This will spill over. Hopefully I can get you down to at least one model so we can test it at least.
Yeah.
That's the plan there. I was tempted to spend the 2 CPs. I've got 3 CPs now, haven't I?
Oh,
Ooh,
last of the big
treat
spenders.
myself. Okay, that's cool, having 3 CPs. Like that.
Oh.
I could have brought my suppressors down over here.
Michael.
Go on, Michael.
Someone is pointing out, I'm pretty sure you measured it out, but the unit that's rodding is more than 6 from the centre line.
Yes. I'm 6 away from the... well, I need to be like kind of...
But no matter
That's
what,
right.
you can get within.
Basically.
You can
Much
get
of a
outside
muchness,
space.
really.
Just throw him.
So I was tempted to come down over here, and they could have rodded over here and still shot
Because of your stratagem.
because of the stratagem. Now,
What are you thinking? If you want to do that.
I do need some infantry over here. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to put these guys. I'm going to get this rod done in this quarter because this is looking vulnerable for me right now. Yeah.
I have to say, just real quick, I really like this Ultramarine list.
You like it, yeah?
Yeah, I think it's cool. We may when we made the agreement of it's your weekend with the Grey Knights, we may rock this for a bit.
So I have to sort of stack them just in the corner like that to get their rod on their bases, stay over 9 inches away, and over 6 from that edge. They're going to rod there instead.
Absolute heroes.
Okay, so that's that rod. Okay, I think, am I going to spend the 2 CPs? No, I'm going to save my CPs.
Do you have to spend it now, or do you spend it when the unit wants
Pretty
to
sure it's
issue?
in the movement phase.
Okay.
Anyhow, so they're going to stay as they are.
I'm right. You can spend it at any point.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Right, in that case, let's see what happens with these Terminators.
Come
We're
on,
going to
mate.
start off with this Repulsor Executioner because this has the limitedest amount of options.
Yeah.
It's going to put everything into these Terminators. Are you ready?
No.
2 heavy laser destroyers coming in hot.
On the dice cam.
2 hits. 2 wounds
Oh.
on your invulnerable saves,
Right.
please.
For the fake Emperor.
2 dead.
Oh no, it's because I said the wrong one. Yeah, dead. Oh no.
Then the other guns. These are the heavy bolters.
They're so heavy.
5 hits.
They've given them some bad news.
2 wounds, -1. I'm still in tactical doctoring, by the way.
Yeah. Oh. Oh no, that's
2
2
more
more
dead.
dead. Oh no. Oh.
And then the heavy Gatler. 6. Would you please remove your dice for me? Thank you, sir.
That's right. I'm really, really happy that they did some wounds to the Repulsor. So I'm proud of you guys.
And then looking for...
Freeze.
yes, you're right.
I'll
That
just
many.
roll these because we share everything. He's dead.
You're getting cover now.
Oh.
It's only -1, it's only 1
Oh,
damage.
So 1. So he's on a wound.
And then the
bless him.
Storm Bolt, I'll do the heavy iron thingy, and then we'll do, that's 2 hits.
There's 2 hits.
And then we're looking for no wounds. Storm Bolters, 1 hit. 1 wound, -1. Oh, he's okay, he's okay.
Go on.
Now,
Terry the Terminators.
now we are contesting this.
Yeah.
You might probably fail morale, may just leave it. And I could start saving some of these shots.
You're assuming he's scared
Hmm.
of this situation, and you would be
But it is
completely
annoying
right.
even you just sort of... I'm just going to put all the small firearms.
Yeah.
No, actually what we'll do is we'll put the 2...
Because the thing you don't want to happen is you kill some noise marines and they shoot that repulsor and kill it.
Yeah,
That would
exactly.
be bad news bears.
That is the problem. I'm going to put all of his shots into that Terminator. I am hitting on 6s though.
Oh, nice
2
one.
laser destroyers miss. The Storm Bolters. Looking for... Okay, it's 2 6s there. Hopefully that will do the work. 2 wounds. He's
Loves
gone.
it.
No, -1, isn't it? Yeah, you're okay.
And he's in cover.
Yep. So now we've got the heavy gun. No hits. And then we've got looking for 4s on the Storm Bolters.
Oh no.
Storm Bolters have hit. Storm Bolters have wounded twice, -1.
He
He's still
loves
alive.
it. Go on, Terry.
The iron,
Thing.
whatever it is. 2 wounds, -1. We're just looking for a 1. Then
I
he's
could
gone.
see it because it can test it, doesn't it?
You can test it, yeah.
And what will that matter for the points? Not really, because I'm only going to get 5, so I won't re-roll it anyway. That would be for banter, but
Okay.
we have to put the banter aside for a bit.
It wouldn't be that any hold more.
No. That's what I was. If it was, then I would have definitely
Yeah.
re-rolled it.
Okay, cool. So next up, what we're going to do is we're going to shoot
Oh no.
this unit here
Yeah.
of intercessors. They're going to do the Emperor's work into this Demon Prince.
Into Fulgrim.
Yep. And they're within half range, the 12. So they're going to get
Well, they would have got full shots anyway because of your tactical doctrine.
16, 18 shots.
Oh no.
Okay.
Oh no.
Now, I could spend a CP here to get re-roll all misses.
Because they are a troop unit and you're Ultramarines.
Mm. Is it a CP or is it 2 CPs?
I think it's 1 CP, I believe.
Right.
It's in the Ultramarines Codex.
I'm having a little look now.
Sweet. Steve was having a meander.
I say poor form on Steve here shooting the Demon Prince.
Yeah. So it's coward Emperor, you
What, you
see.
just
Do
want-
it in honourable combat.
They
with
want
that
want
captain.
Charlie Chaplin versus.
You just want me to
Fulgrim.
slap him? All right, I won't bother with the re-roll, so I'll just...
Just they still shoots him, not the point.
Yeah, well, we're not getting the re-rolls. We're not getting the re-rolls.
Oh, don't worry, Steve. Vulnerable combat. I won't use the re-rolls. Don't worry.
So looking for 5s.
You,
No, it's just weaken him up a little bit. That's 2. 2 wounds,
Weaken him.
-2.
weaken him up.
Take a wound, please.
He's no squishy meat bag,
The
Steve.
chaplain is going to shoot you though, because he's got Paragon of War. He might actually do some mortal wounds in the shooting phase.
Oh,
He's hit you 3 times.
Nice.
Looking for a 6. That's a mortal wound and 2 other wounds at -1.
so
Minus
the
2
two.
even.
Okay. Oh,
So it's another 2
That's
wounds there.
it's a bit brave. There we go.
How many wounds you got left?
He's got 5 left, Steve.
5 left. 5.
You're not going to put las cannon into him, surely. Steve, don't be.
Those aggressors I want
Maybe
to charge, but
Don't shoot him. You got to charge, and this is the fun stream. The people want it, Steve.
stop telling me what the people want.
But you're the people's champion, Steve.
Right, this thing.
Oh no.
No, but then you might shoot my boy.
Yeah, and then
This is
get
the
your
problem with
fat
Noise
objective.
Marines. But you are wounding on 6s, but you
Unless-
you roll re-rolling all wounds.
And I can veterans, I believe. I will check that actually,
You can, yeah.
because it's just when I make an attack, isn't it? Yeah, so I can do that.
But either way, you pick me up in your next turn regardless.
Yeah, but it's. Do you want yourself on the objective now for stranglehold?
I'm not on that objective. Oh, you mean for that objective?
Yeah, because you're going.
Um,
Oh no, you're currently
I'm
getting
going to
it
hold
anyway.
3 anyway, so I may as well just get rid of you.
Oh,
Yeah, so I'm going to put all of his shots into here.
harsh way to tell me, Steve.
2 las cannons
So hitting on 5
coming
and
in
retreated.
hot. 1 hit.
2.
1 dead.
Dead, Dave. Or just
And then we've got the heavy iron Gatler. How many onslaught Gatlers does this thing get?
I think it's 2 because it gets 1 mini one and 1 turret one. So
Yeah,
it
so
gets,
it's 18 shots, isn't it?
yeah, because it gets a mini one, but the mini one's range is less than the big one. I think that's right.
I
think
think
it's
so. I
all
think the mini
30.
one's strength 5 compared to the strength 6 of the bigger one as well.
I'm more meant
So
to
heavy
that.
on.
It's like
so-
one's shorter range.
Ah, you're right. It's only 24-inch range, so I can't shoot the smaller one. And it is a less strength as well. So you're actually both correct.
Oh,
So I'll just go with the heavy onslaught.
teamwork.
Well, you're both correct and wrong at the same time, but I'll let you off. Right, okay, because I didn't know a thing. So here we go, 12 shots.
Hitting on 5s.
Yep, that's
A hero play.
good old amount of hits there.
That was really good, Steve.
Looking for 3s.
Oh, Steve, the no-look roll.
Oh, yeah.
You've just hit me with.
Minus 1, mate.
So that's 5 dead. So I've lost 6 this go.
So what are you going to remove?
So I'm going to remove the 2 master blasters.
Oh, yeah.
And then I'm going to remove 4 normal shock people, but
Yeah.
not the sergeant. So I'm going to spend 1 command point to give me veterans here.
Yeah, okay.
I'm
You're
tempted-
re-rolling all wounds anyway, aren't you?
yeah, but it just means I'm looking for 5s instead of 6s.
Yeah.
But on these blast masters, it means I'm looking for 4.
Go on then.
3s. So on the blast masters, I will get 4 shots, hit on 3s, 2 hits.
2 hits.
And then wounding on 3s, re-rolling. So 2 at -2 or 1, I will check.
Well,
Oh, either way, it's failed. 1, no matter what. So D3 damage, 1 damage.
okay, so I've got 3
Do
wounds
I
left.
re-roll that? Because I just want you gone. I'll re-roll it.
Is it -2 or -3? On your
I think it's just
Blastmaster?
-2 or -1. It's not definitely
Because-
not minus. It's -2.
Okay, cool.
So
So
I am CP re-rolling that, but I just thought, well, 2. So
got 2 wounds left.
every little helps, eh? And then 4 master noise people.
There you go. Roll all those.
Oh yeah. No. What am I doing there?
So
Okay.
looking for 3s, mate.
3s. And
And
then
then look
5s.
5s, re-rolling, yeah. Oh, Jakey.
Oh,
It's a spicy roll, mate.
Oh, even better. So 6, no minus. Let's see it. So you need to fail 2 here, Steve. Oh no. Oh.
It's not,
It's not starting.
not
Unless
gone
we
well.
go Yahtzee here, we're not. Oh, reverse.
Damn it.
Unless you use a CP to reroll it.
Yeah, it's not really worth it, is it?
No, because you still got a few more.
Because if I fail this one, which
you
I would
here.
have, yeah.
Yeah, so he's dead. Does he implode?
Hopefully not.
No, cool.
Now, can I still shoot in death, or is that gone?
I'm pretty
I
sure.
believe that's gone.
No, shame.
Thank God for that.
Shame.
Thank you, Fake
Nobody
Emperor.
is crying.
Shame. Okay.
We
Cool.
thank the Fake Emperor for that, Steve. That was brought to you by the Fake Emperor.
Right, so I don't need to spend those CPs anymore. Obviously, those suppressors over there just rodding. These aggressors, we're gonna play as the people say, and we're not gonna shoot that sorcerer.
It's Demon Prince, not Sorcerer.
Oh yeah. Right, charge phase. Here we go then. Eyes down, look in. Aggressors are going to charge your sorcerer.
And he'll look at you angrily.
Going to 4, and they're definitely in. And I'm just going to pop them so they're within objective range, okay?
Perfect. Always, Mr.
Chaplain onto your Demon Prince.
Box. He will stare at you angrily.
He's got a 5, so he's just going to bump it to there.
Now,
Also stay on that objective.
interestingly.
Basing you though.
Yeah,
alright?
yeah, that's fine. So,
And he'll base you too.
yeah, so
Right.
you've got the objective with the OBSEC model.
Yes.
So, who are you going to fight with first?
Hang on a minute.
Oh, you got more charges?
Yeah.
Oh,
My Intercessors are going to charge on your Chaos Space Marines.
oh yeah, that old chestnut. I will set to defend for +1 to hit.
You do you. You do you.
Does they have quite
Now
a bit?
they're actually going to go into the building,
Yeah.
and then I'm going to pile in and touch your tank.
Touch my Steve.
Yeah.
Poor form.
That's what I'm going to do.
It's in the Fake Emperor guidelines. Don't touch the tank.
So they're all going to be able to fight, get within half an inch. They're on the bottom floor, but we know where they are. Right, okay, that is that. Okay, where am I going to go first? Probably should go with that chaplain.
It's a good idea.
Probably go there
Because
first, yeah.
otherwise I get to interrupt for free.
Yeah. So chaplain I get one extra attack because I charged,
Oh,
and an extra strength because I charged.
yes, Robbie.
When does your fight first kick in?
It kicks in, so he gets to pick a unit and then I get to do a unit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sadly. Otherwise, Charlie Chaplin would have been slapped.
So I'm getting 6 attacks. And my relic gives me +2 strength, so I'm strength 7.
Oh, he's got the cool crozier.
Here we go.
Oh no.
Hitting on 2s. 1 miss. 5 hits. Now, we're looking for every 6 here is 2 mortal wounds.
Okay. So what you're saying, 360 kills him. Oh, did you do me 1 less?
So that's 4 mortal wounds
So
there.
he's on 1 wound
And then 4 invulnerable saves, please.
for the Fake Emperor. He passed it for the Fake Emperor. He doesn't.
He's dead.
I'm not going to re-roll
He's
it.
gone.
I can't fight in death.
He's gone.
Fake Emperor's not happy.
So you basically just got slapped.
He did.
By the
If he
chaplain.
got to fight, he would have got like 9 attacks, which
Mm.
would have been awesome.
And now he's going to pile in over to here, towards the close enemy model, which is the sorcerer.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fight with the sorcerer. I'm just going to move that to there because yes, Michael.
Sorry, go on with your...
Oh, so it's because if I kill these aggressors, then you're not on that objective anymore.
Oh yeah, good point.
Yeah.
So that's actually a good...
Do you want to change that? I don't mind.
No, you called it. Go on.
So hitting on a roll, 1 hit.
Yep.
I think I'll just 1 hit. No wounds, so that didn't work anyway. But
And then my aggressors.
yeah,
You're just going to pick him up?
yeah.
Okay.
I love him, but
Go
well,
on.
do you
So
want?
don't forget the intercessors have charged
Yeah.
the Space Marines there.
But you would have done them first before the aggressors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
exactly.
I won't fight with them yet. So do you
Yeah.
if you want to do all their attacks? I'm
Then
pretty
we've got 3 attacks each. So 1,
sure.
2, 3,
muscle bound
4,
Space Marines. running
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and a sergeant. And now spend that CP for reroll misses against heretics.
Oh,
Yeah.
cheeky.
Sorry, Jake,
What?
for telling him about that stratagem.
Oh, it's all right.
Well, I've got an Ultramarine stratagem, which kind of gives me the same thing as well.
Yeah, for a troop unit. So either way, it just so happens he's specifically decided to tell me he's going to use the one that affects my army. But we're having.
I didn't even re-roll my misses, so anyway.
Well, you had 6 misses, so just roll that again. Just roll 6 in there.
I still missed 2.
Oh, fine. But we're having a fun bantery game. I'm enjoying
That's a nice
it.
chill game tonight.
Yeah. We need a chill because Thursday,
Yeah.
me and you were going at it. Not on stream, but just like in the parking lot for a fight.
I'm not sure what you guys heard there, but I'm pretty sure I know
T-Ned.
what I heard.
For a fight in the car park.
2 dead then, mate.
Yeah, I'll go round and pick them up in a sec. I'll just do their attacks.
Yeah.
Fine. So 3 attacks for each, 4 for the champion, freeze. I didn't get any.
2s you set to defend.
Oh yeah, no fake emperor. Oh no, wait. It's +1 to hit and fake
Yeah.
the fake emperor
So you roll
bonus.
3 5, so roll 3 dice, yep.
There we go.
1 miss again, yep.
Then 4s, and these are -1 because they are chain swords.
God, these Chaos Space Marines need a nerf. He's ridiculous. -1,
-1. We kill
1, 2 and a half. No,
3.
3. You killed 3 guys.
You kill 3, I kill 3.
What is
Way.
this?
If you had the same wounds as me, I would have killed 6.
Ridiculous, that is.
Someone needs to stop these mentalists. I'm just moving that just so I can
I've
reach.
based, yeah.
Reach.
That
No,
way.
it's just so I could
Yeah, no
reach in there. And then the Whirlwind Scorpius will give it a go because you never know.
I wouldn't bother, mate.
Oh,
You miss.
if I roll any fake Emperor hits, he gets more.
Right, okay, so that is that. Concludes my turn.
Yeah,
My turn 3. So I score my Stranglehold.
you do. You're very well.
I lost it to the last, though.
Did you?
Yeah. One of my tanks, you killed it.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
nice one. Good job, Jake.
Yep. Well done, mate.
Excellent.
Forgot about that.
And going into your turn, Jake?
Yeah, so I'm going to get only 5 points because I only hold that objective there.
You hold
sadly.
2.
Oh yeah, no.
But
Oh, they
this-
need a leadership
They
check,
need a morale check.
and they're fine because they're leadership 8 on the
Yeah,
sergeant.
so you get 10 points.
Nice. Yeah, I do get 10 points. I get 1 banner as well. And then we'll go to litanies wise. We'll give +1 to hit for the hell. Oh, we'll give it to the noise marines.
Yeah.
So that's off.
Yeah.
And then we'll go to the top down, mute me and Steve, and do all the cool
Sounds
stuff.
good. So that was quite a potent turn, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was full of fun and adventures because there was a lot of killing a tank in your opponent's turn. That's a tasty move.
Yeah,
Noise
absolutely.
Marines, once again, that fight and death coming in quite clutch, taking out to the last.
Yeah, and it's interesting actually because Jake didn't re-roll the save on that Terminator, but in the end,
It was massive. If he kept that guy alive, that would have.
it could have been. But of course, Stephen would probably then spend maybe 2 CP to do an action and then kill the last Terminator with a suppressor.
Yeah, he would have just spent the
So-
CP.
You got to really think about the trade-offs with CP and units.
Yeah.
Right,
Well, that was
Jake's ready.
Is there any super chats?
There are no super chats.
All right. We'll go into this one because it's literally a very, very quick turn. So no psychic. We're going to go into shooting. I'm going to fire 3 pistols into you. 1 hit, no wounds into the incest unit. Then I'm going to put the Hellbrute into the suppressors. So
Yep.
1 hit, 1 wound, -4.
Wonderful.
So yeah, kills 1 just. Is Combi Bolter. No hits. Noise Marines now. So the Master Blasters will get.
They died, remember? You picked
Oh
them
no,
up.
I picked those up. So luckily,
Yep.
pretty simple here. Just
And you give this unit the
Yeah.
+1 from the
So-
thing.
and then I'll spend the CP that I gained for +1 strength and +1 damage.
Yep.
2s to hit with these guys.
Yep, nice.
And then 3s to wound with these guys.
I think they're dead.
That many saves. Every one you fail kills one.
They're dead.
Nice. And then straight into combat. I know it's a pretty rapid turn, but there's not much else I can do. So they're into the intercessors. So no set to defend anymore. I do get a Test of the False Emperor. 1 wound -1. No.
I'm okay.
Ooh, and then you'll hit me back, and you're in the Assault Doctrine now.
6, yes I am.
So you'll pretty much pick up this unit, but let's have a look.
And then... 4
maybe.
saves, -1.
Two
dead.
dead, which leaves 1 there,
Okay.
which is nice. And then the tank did back out of combat, but you would have used your pile-in to put him back in. I
No,
imagine.
because you would have activated... Oh, you mean just then? No,
Yeah.
I want to stay out.
Oh,
So
that's
don't worry.
right then.
Yeah.
Cool. And then that pretty much concludes my go. I can't fail my leadership check because he leadership 8.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to get 2 points on for engage on all fronts.
Yep.
Excellent. You didn't do a ritual?
I can't. I've lost all
Oh,
my
of
wizards.
course.
Yeah.
Oh no.
No more
Sadly.
wizards.
No more wizards, sadly. So at the start of Steve's go, he's going to get 15 points because he
Big
holds
15.
3,
Mm.
and I don't hold that many.
That's
Mm.
a CP.
A CP, and then Steve.
Yep, because the reason why I tagged that Scorpius, which was the play, because if I don't, you pick up my Tech Marine and take me off this objective. So I had to tag that Scorpius.
Yeah.
And also you got the blast keyword, you can't shoot into combat. So that was the
Yeah.
play.
If I would have, if he didn't have blast, he would have just stayed in combat and shot those intercessors.
Yep.
But got to try and keep him doing something, I guess.
Absolutely. So I'm just going to go straight into the movement phase then.
So I think Steve's maybe slightly longer. So Yeah,
we'll
go for it.
into
go for the top down.
Yeah,
Top down.
absolutely.
Sorry, mate.
Oh, sorry, buddy.
So we're at the tail end of turn 3. And if we look at the scores, so just gonna, there we go. So Stephen's done well on the secondaries so far, and so has Jake.
That denial for killing that psycho was big.
Yes,
That's
absolutely.
cut off one of those secondaries very early. Denied it for 3 more turns, which has denied a lot of points for Jake.
absolutely. That's really cut back the maximum score that Jake can get.
So
We did have some questions on what was going on in the combat phase that last turn. So the chaplain went into the demon prince and picked him up with his mortal wounds. The intercessors went into some chaos space marines in this bottom left hand ruin. They fought to a standstill, 3 losses either side, and then a few more losses for the chaos space marines the turn after. The aggressors, of course, picked up the sorcerer. Now, we're on.
So, Michael, if this was you, if you were Jake, what would be your plan now to pick up as many points as possible, / try and turn the game in your favour?
So, it's an interesting place to be because you've lost the secondary points for ritual at this stage. So you want to start getting banners and engage. And banners, of course, if you can get that near the end game, get a couple of banners up, you can score some points at the end of the game for that. And I think that would be what I'd be trying to go for.
What I'd be trying to do myself is those tanks are pretty weak. I'd use that last Hell Brew as best as I can just to remove those to the lasts. Because that could be, there's 5 points in each of them. So that could be where I pick up for my lost points on ritual.
Yeah, absolutely.
where I
That'd be a
can-
great play. Fantastic. And of course, Steve has to think about some Octarius data and how he's going to sort of round out the game with as many points as possible. So, over to Steve.
Okay, so I had a bit of a dilemma. I need to rod twice. I need to rod in the far quarter and this quarter. The Tech Marine can't do it. the aggressors were originally over the halfway line, so I cannot move back to my way and do it because I have to be over 6. But what they can do is move forward and rod in this quarter. So that's what I've done. But I can't fall back in action because I'm still in combat with that one remaining Space Marine. So what I did was I fell back and embarked into the repulsor. The repulsor, if you want to go to top-down cam, that Robbie.
Yeah.
The repulsor then moved over here,
Yeah.
which means next turn I can disembark and rod over here. That is the play. It was like a
Absolute
bit of a domino effect. Took me a couple of minutes to figure it out. And then Chaplin's gone around here to do some slapping.
And the good thing about that as well is that no matter what, even if I just kill that repulsor, you're still going to get to do it.
Yeah.
So expert play there.
And then this repulsor moved over here to get some shots on these noise marines, basically, to take you off that objective. I don't need to, but again, just brings down... This is more the case in a tournament, just denying your opponent some points.
Because that unit could put some wounds on that thing, which could take her to the last off the table.
Or charge, string out, and maybe hold a couple of objectives. Okay, so they've rodded the aggressors. The Chaplain, he's going to fire 4 shots into that Chaos Space Marine. He hits twice. Does he hit on 2s or 3s?
He hits on 3s.
I thought so, yeah.
And
then it's a mortal wound, he's
that'll
gone.
Kill him.
He did get his litany off for reroll misses.
Less.
And then that pretty much concludes the shooting phase over there.
Yeah.
Now over here with this repulsor into those...
So I'm all right picking them up.
Yeah, okay, cool.
So they'll shoot and they'll just shoot at the repulsor. Because why not? So just to see if I can chip some wounds. Never know.
Well, yeah, because then the multi-melter next turn might pick me up, so...
Cocked. And that's cocked. 1 wound, no minus. Every little helps.
Yep,
it
goes
does
through.
do something. Cool.
Down to 11.
Nice one.
Okay, cool. Now, the Chaplain next is going to charge into your tank.
Yeah,
He's in.
It will Overwatch, why not?
Okay.
Otherwise it's not going to get to shoot, so... Oh, nice. So the most amount of shots it's had all game.
8.
8. 6s.
No.
Nothing. As I said, might as well. Not got anything else it can do, sadly.
So now I get my 6 attacks.
So he's going to...
Can the Chaplain give the Scorpius, please leave me within 3 of that objective?
No, that's what I've done, yeah.
Nice.
That's fine.
So I'm re-rolling misses.
Don't worry, I got you.
That's 6 hits.
And then...
Here we go.
An amount.
No 6s to wound though.
But I think you wound them
But I'm strength 7.
Strength 7.
So only
yeah.
2 wounds. Minus 2. Flat 2 damage.
They
You
both
save
offer-
them both, so absolutely nothing happens. Right, so that concludes my turn, mate.
No, awesome. So you're going to get your
Stranglehold
stranglehold again, and that's it. So at the start of my last turn, I'm only going to get 5 points, sadly. And yeah, so we'll go. On my litany, I'll give +1 to hit on the hell brute. It doesn't go off. Shock and horror.
So do you want to just see if you kill my dude?
Well, basically, my turn is: do I kill Steve's guy? Steve's fella. As
You could move to there, 8, yeah.
Could I run the Chaos Space Marines onto that objective?
Yep.
So let's give that a go. 2. I'll CP re-roll it. 3.
9, yeah,
So-
you get within 3.
That will get that, because the Dark Apostle then will jump to the other side of the building just to keep him safe. Oh, actually, you just stay there anyway. Oh no, he'll jump inside.
If you could advance.
He'll advance 4, so that he would have moved before those Marines moved.
Yeah, that's only going to get you 10, unfortunately. If you'd have rolled a bit more, you could have got an engage.
I'd have cheeky engage.
Could have got an engage, you see. But anyway, if the Hellbrute makes the charge, though,
Yeah.
then you could do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
We will fire some might melters at him anyway, because...
So he'll stay there, because you know he
Yeah.
can't make it, so you may as well stay there.
So multi-melters from the Hellbrute with
Yeah.
+1 to hit. Oh no, he doesn't have that. So 1 hit, no wounds.
Okay, he's going to do it in combat.
I'll CP re-roll it. 1 wound, -4. Yeah, 2d6 pick the highest because it's old melter. 6 wounds.
Down to 5.
And that has one CP left, so charge an 8.
Nice. You're in.
And you don't have
Now,
any CP.
you could go over to here,
Yeah, and then pile in
pile in 3,
and contest
and
that.
then basically consolidate once you fought and grab the objective.
So how many attacks is a Hellbrute? Like, it's an amount beginning with a number.
Good little cheeky play that, Jakey, if I don't say so myself.
Probably 5.
He gets 4 and 5 when he charges. So, 3. Ooh,
Is he going to do it?
2 fake Emperors. Oh!
Look at all them 6s.
And then 3s. Oh no, yeah, 3s because he's strength 6.
How many wounds you got? How many CPs you got left?
I've got, oh no, I didn't use it on the reroll, so I've got 1 left, so I'll reroll that. There we go. So
-3.
-3, and I believe it's flat 3.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is
And
15 damage.
I am right. It's -3, 3 damage.
The Hellbrew has done it. Do I
Does
explode?
he explode?
No.
And then he'll just stay where he is because he likes where he is.
Good play, mate. Cheeky.
Yeah, I think I've done all right this game.
You've done a great little turn there.
You will get to hit the Scorpius. There's nothing I could do about that because if I just fall out, he just heroics me back. So, which actually, oh no, don't worry.
It's an ongoing combat, so I'll just re-roll those.
Yeah.
They all hit, and then looking for some 6s.
Ooh.
You got 2 mortal wounds and 2 saves.
So 2 saves. I fail 1, pass 1.
So 4 damage.
So 4 damage. So that will put him down to 7 wounds.
Cool.
He won't bump you back because there's no point. So that's the end of my go. I'm going to get
2 points on engage for you.
Yeah, 2 points engaged. I got 1 point for a banner at the start of my go.
Yeah, got that.
And then, yeah, that's it. So over to Steve for wrapping up the game, really.
Yep.
Some big plays there. Some Jake taking out that extra to the last. Big.
Yeah, getting a few more points.
Top down.
Yeah.
Amazing. So this unit, we're still on. I'll just talk this through.
Yeah.
Okay,
may as
so
well.
this unit's just going to disembark, and they are going to rod in this quarter there.
Maxing that rod there.
Yeah. I need to get stranglehold. So you're currently on 3. I'm currently on.
So you
3.
need to ideally shoot some people off.
I need to do some shooting. Yeah. Awesome charging.
Awesome both.
Now this unit of aggressors, can you please roll me an advance roll?
Yeah, I'll use the blue dice. I rolled a 6.
Cool.
Oh, this is the opposite of what happened in one of the games. I just kept rolling ones.
They're going to go to there, so they can shoot your guys there. That's going to be the easiest unit to kill. That will move within 3 of them.
Yeah.
They can also get within 24 of that
Yeah.
unit there.
And he's hitting on 4s because he didn't retreat.
Yep.
Nice.
And then this guy could move over there, heal him 3, and put him up a bracket.
Yeah.
Up to 11.
Yeah, that's
okay?
cool. So in terms of shooting, it would be best to do 1 unit at a time, only because if obviously you kill these 4, I can leave that one there, which then means it denies line of sight for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll go first of all with the yes. What's more likely just to wipe the unit? I'll go with
The repulsor.
I'll go with this unit here first.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
they advance, so they'll be -1 to hit.
I'm only going to fire 1 guy.
Yeah.
No, there's no -1. I'll just fire them both. If you get it, so there's 1 model left, I'll be really unlucky.
Yeah. I've got no CP,
2
so I
extra
can't
D6
even...
shots. 5, 2, 4, 5. Oh, here we go then. Looking for 4s.
And then... Would you have spent the CP to give him reroll 1s to hit?
No.
Yeah, that's right.
And
And then
then
4s.
4s. 5 saves.
1, 2, 3.
3
Oh,
dead.
not the magic number. Oh,
And
I could
then-
CP. No, I don't have any CP.
And then the
sorry.
repulsor next will go.
I was alluding to I could CP.
2
reroll
las
to try and
cannons,
fail
both
it.
hit. 2 dead.
Yeah, so yeah, that's the unit gone.
No, -3, right? So you do get a
Oh,
6+ save.
Well, one of them 6 up, and then one of them 5 up. No, so
Okay.
they're both dead.
Cool.
Okay then.
There we go, and then that's it.
Yep, that is the. And then the old chaplain.
Oh,
see
yeah.
if he can
See
kill
if
off.
See if he finally does it. Yeah, because he got his hit, didn't he? 2.
2 more wounds.
Oh, he will live. He
He
lives.
definitely lives.
He lives. And
Nice.
That's it. So you're going to get 15 points.
For
Your end game scoring
I
on
sure
primary.
will.
Yep.
I think you've maxed it anyway. Stranglehold you get 3, and you got a full
12
rod.
points on my rods.
And you
on
got
retrieve Octeris data.
5 points on to the last.
Yeah.
Excellent.
I'm going to come round
So-
here with my little men.
I've got the scores in front of me.
Ooh.
Now, there was some discussion in the chat that Jake had sort of played really well early game, got some secondary points, and people were worried that maybe, I say worried, that maybe Steve wouldn't have enough units to catch up. The final scores, Jake, you have 59,
10 off the sacred
and
number.
Steve, you have 3. 87.
87.
I'm happy with that. I don't know. I managed to deny you more than I thought. I thought this was going to be a a fat hundy to Steve. But, no, I'm personally really happy with how I played. I don't know.
Yeah.
Obviously, you played it really, really well. That obviously putting the interceptors back in that repulsor to move them out to Rod was an amazing sort of thing. Obviously, you know, not something that you'd always think of to do.
Yeah.
And yeah, really, it was a tough game, obviously. But I think I've put in a bit of a showing for the old Chaos Marines.
It was a good game. It was
Yeah.
really good fun.
Lovely bit of banter before the LGT.
Yeah, nice to see the repulsors doing well.
It's cool to see him on the table for one. Like, I haven't, well, other than some guy he has a yellow tanks I've seen, but other than that, I think, you know, nice to see them for the first time in person.
You know, it's actually nice to play. Really felt like a simpler game, as it were.
Do you know what? I think it's represented how simple this game was, but also I think it's 9:30.
It is 9:30.
See what?
Yeah.
Almost on the dot as well.
Well, you know, when
You
it
know,
comes
that's
to-
2.5 hours with a bit of chat. You know, it's been nice. It's been a simple game. It's been, you know, I think we had some really nice moments there with, you know, working out the fallback, the embark, the move, the tank. You know, that really, again, the movement phase coming off like it did last week, really paying off dividends there for me to score those last few points, and also securing the stranglehold. Target priority was really important in this game.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of where I played well on target priority. I don't know if you would
100%.
agree, Michael.
Yeah, absolutely. I think key moments there was picking up certain units to make sure that they couldn't get out of line of sight, and you know, being wary of those noise marines as well.
Yeah, we spoke a lot about shooting, and this when, you know, I don't really play with a shooting army.
No.
I'm normally a combat-based army, so, you know, for me, again, having to think about, right, okay, so this gun's got the least amount of options, so which one do I go with first, and then opening up all those decision trees that, you know, you can often go down, which we talk a lot about on the Academy on the shooting phase module. But yeah, it's one of those things that I think you played it really well. Some really nice pile-in, consolidations to get you objectives, to get you engages, really, you know, command the board, which you did well.
I think the noise marines dying there, killing those infiltrators as well, that made a big change in how it made you play the rest of the game.
Yeah.
Because obviously, if you got that rod early, that whole bit wouldn't have mattered as much.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, my personal favourite play of the game was the heroic intervention with that sorcerer. I thought that was such a cheeky play to avoid that Overwatch, and something you don't really see.
it's
I think the only
read your book.
only thing I would say maybe could have done a little bit better was threat saturate with those Hellbrutes
Yeah.
a little bit more. Get a little bit more aggressive with them. You know, because I have to put 3 tanks into one to confirm the kill.
Yeah.
And that, therefore, if you're putting 3 here as a bit of a threat, put them forward, move it. Cause like, you're actually better in combat, but you were sort of keeping them defensive. I'd have threat saturated and got them here in the middle of the table as fast as you possibly could. Even if it means you have to move in advance. Now I've got a really big problem to deal with right there. Threat saturate a little bit more, really put the pressure on that one flank and just push that flank a little bit harder, and potentially redeployed your vehicle from over there to over here, stack that side, really push hard, and then that leaves you some quite nice options.
There was that debate in my head. I didn't go for it, but obviously now hindsight's a beautiful thing. I would have definitely done that. Great point there.
And also when you came out turn 1 with these noise marines, you kind of gave that unit away. You could have just left me having that objective.
In my head, it was, just speaking from my point of view, it was more because I wanted to deny that rod, whether I charge you or whether I shoot you. So that I was fine giving up that unit because I knew that if I could trade it for 4 points of yours, then it can make a big difference. It could have made a big difference in the end game of this. So, you know.
Yeah, another interesting point. I don't know if you forgot about the stratagem or not, but the 2CP to fire twice with a unit of noise
I didn't
marines
know that.
would have been perhaps in that turn where you got reroll wounds. Maybe picked up a repulsor,
It would have been. It was one I was debating. I think it was just the case of, in my head, I think I needed more CPs than I actually did. Because obviously I'm so used to the Grey Knights playing with so many now stratagems. Whereas I wasn't before. Whereas I think now going back to a book like this, you don't need as many, you know, things to do really. So
Any words on secondaries?
I don't think War Ritual was good for me, but I couldn't think of anything in my head that I could have taken other than that. Maybe mental interrogation, like you said. I was a bit worried about the 2 characters, because obviously one of them could just hide in the repulsor. The other one obviously was a bit more, you know, made a bit more plays. I'm really glad I didn't take Stranglehold.
You could have maybe gone for mental interrogation,
Yeah, that's the one I was
Yeah,
thinking about.
I think you need line of sight, don't you, or something like that?
Yeah.
So I can then start to deny that a little bit
Where
more.
you can just hide the chaplain and then put the tech marine in the tank.
Warp ritual, just because of the terrain layout and the objectives, not a great one necessarily, but potentially bring it down.
Yeah, it would have synergised well.
Or just
I would have got one more point on versus Warp Ritual if I took Bring It Down. In this
maybe
game.
to the last, played a little bit defensive with your Leviathan.
Is the Levy and the 2 Noise Marine blocks.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think if I took it to the last, that Noise Marine play wouldn't have happened. So, the Scorpius and then a unit Noise Marines.
Yeah, nice. That could have been good.
Yeah, I think lots to learn from this. I think good to get this in. I'm really glad I also tried banners. I did like it, especially for this layout. Maybe not my sort of secondary in my Grey Knight army, but still something that I did want to try and did work quite well.
In banners, maybe Rod still. If you'd had the third objective in your deployment zone, absolutely. And you were quite unlucky there not to be able to just move and put a banner up late game with that unit of Chaos Marines. That would have been another one end game for you.
My only concern was with the Terminators is that obviously I didn't really want them coming down to Rod, so that's more. I could have put stuff in Strategic Reserve, Michael's favourite reserve, as I found out.
The Chaos Space Marines.
Yeah.
Like they could have done that potentially, But
lots to learn from this, I think.
Absolutely. Well, guys, hope you enjoyed that. Remember, if you'd like to become a member of the channel, it's mostly appreciated. Thank you tonight for all of your super chats. It is, again, we're super grateful for that. Daisy, you've done a wonderful job.
Still more love coming through the chat for Daisy Cam.
She has carried this stream, to be fair.
Get that Daisy Cam straight back on there. Look at that.
One more time.
I mean, I'm really happy with the quality of where we've got this stream tonight, and it is thanks to, the conversation I had earlier with a guy called Stuart. So he was immensely helpful. So Stuart, if you're watching, thank you so much for your help today. As you can see, it's really brought up the clarity, the colours, the contrast.
It looks beautiful.
Yeah, the OBS software we had to tweak as well. So all good on that side of things. But anyway, thank you so much, everybody. Michael, you did a great job on the deck. Robbie, fantastic interview skills there, given your expertise as well. So thank you so much to all of you. And we'll see you, not next week, probably just go to camera 1. We'll see you next week because we'll be recovering from the LGT and I'm away. It will be the week after we will be back, in October. And if you join the academy, then next week I'll be doing my full rundown of how I have prepared and how I've also got on at the LGT in our new tournament prep module that will be recorded next week.
Amazing. Lots to look forward to. I think it's fair to say thank you very much, everyone.
Yep.
And we'll see you
2 weeks.
in 2 weeks. So thank you very much.
See you later.